Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sasquatch Out of the Shadows Live. It is awesome to be with everybody tonight on this 100th episode. It's pretty crazy. We have made it 100 live streams in just in about 2 years. I started the show around, I think it was April of 2020. So just in 2 years, we are at 100 episodes. Really excited for tonight's show. It's going to be a blast. We've got a lot of awesome people in backstage here that are waiting to come on. It's gonna be fantastic. We're gonna give away a ton of prizes. I will explain everything here regarding the charity drive. So basically what we're going to be doing is raising money for a charity, Paws with a Cause, that work with rehabilitating dogs, using them as service dogs and pairing them with disabled children or veterans or folks of that nature that sort of can benefit from service dogs. So that's going to be really awesome. Bear with me. It's going to be a little chaotic at times. We'll have a ton of awesome people in here, and we will announce all the prizes and all that sort of stuff and about the contest. So with that being said, just for folks that may be tuning in, this is going to be Sasquatch Out of the Shadows Live. This is a weekly live stream where we talk about Bigfoot, Sasquatch, various cryptid related topics and that sort of thing. And there's a full playlist in the description with all previous episodes if you want to check them out. At this point, we're at 100 now, which is really cool. And after this show, the 100th show, I will be taking a little bit of a hiatus on the show. I figured why not end it on a high note at episode 100. So that's exciting. We'll be probably coming back in the summer at some point. So we'll talk about that. I'll probably still be doing some live streams, but we're going to be in Alaska soon and we're going to be doing a lot of stuff. So we'll keep you guys updated for sure. But man, how to get this thing really started? Let's see. So I'm just going to start by bringing our guests in. We have some awesome guests coming on tonight that have agreed to put in prizes to give away things for the charity fundraiser. So there's kind of two parts that are going to work with this. We're going to have a charity section. There's going to be 5 prize bundles, essentially, where there's going to be different prizes in each bundle. And if you put $5 in, you get 1 entry into the Bigfoot / Chewbacca head. That's where we're drawing the names from. So if you put $5 in through the super chat, I should say, so the super chat function over on the side in the chat, you put in $5, you get 1 entry in here. If you put in 10, you get 2. If you put in 15, you get 3. If you put in 20, you get 4. And we're capping it at $25, which gets you 5 entries into the hat. Chewy head, whatever you want to call it. So that's how that'll work. And then we will also be giving away 5 other prizes through some trivia questions. So that's going to be, answering a question, whoever answers it first. So that'll be a little bit more kind of competitive, whereas the drive is a little bit more about raising some of that money and getting some awesome prizes out there. So we've already got about 60 people in. So welcome to everyone just joining. Stay tuned. We'll kind of keep running through the rules. And actually, before I forget, there will be this ticker right here that is going to be going by the entire show that kind of tells you sort of what that works. And we will announce the winners at the end of the show. So you're definitely going to want to stick around. But with that said, I'm going to start bringing in some of our guests here. Actually, let's say hey to folks in the chat since I've been doing that first. We've got, of course, Bigfoot Society, Jeremiah. He will be on. B. Lynn, how are you doing? Mike Casey, what is up, Mike? We've got our awesome admin, Brian of Brian and Chewy Go Hiking. Awesome dude. Thank you, Brian, for being just an awesome guy. We've got Ryan Carboy says, congrats. Thank you. The Scottish Wildman. Hey there. Bo Sox Pats fan. What is going on? Ryan Smith says, don't bother bidding on anything. It's all mine. Awesome. We've got Brent of the Tall Ones. What is going on, man? We've got Western New York Bigfoot Investigation Group. Sorry, Joe, your name always throws me off. I'm sorry, but you are cool. But welcome. We've also got Nikki from Hairy Man Hoaxes and Hoodwinks. How's it going? Peggy Curtis as well. Happy 100th show. Thank you so much. We've got Rockite Man. How's it going? JD Sedona. There's a ton of folks popping in. So I don't want to skip anyone, but we're going to have to move on here. We've got New Hampshire Sasquatch. What's up, Evan? Evan's out, going to be in the field tonight. Maybe we'll swing by at some point. I don't know. We'll see. But hello to everyone else just popping in, and thank you. And I already see there's some donations coming in, so we will get to that moment. But let me bring my guests on. Let me not be a rude host and ignore everyone. So just bring them all in, and we'll kind of announce one at a time. We've got, first of all, Jeremiah of Bigfoot Society. What's up, dude?
Hey, what's going on, man? Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, awesome. So Jeremiah has put up a shirt like the one we're both wearing for the show tonight. So that's going to be awesome. That's going to be one of the prize bundles, and the prizes are in the description below, but we'll go over them individually. We've also got Emily of the Forest Fleur. What's up, Emily?
Hi, I'm so excited to be here tonight.
Heck yeah, and you're going to be giving away 3 of these beanies, right?
3 of my beanies.
They are awesome, and this is the one that I'm going to be wearing upcoming, but this is the one I've been wearing for quite a while. It's a little beat up, as you can see, but it's been through all the filming and all the torture we put it through. So that's been fun. But welcome, Emily. And we've also got Scott of the Bigfoot Mapping Project.
Hi, everyone. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Awesome to have you, man. Always a pleasure talking with you. And you're going to be having a shirt as well and a couple of other items.
Yeah, I got a bunch of shirts here. That's the Patterson Bluff Creek shirt.
Oh, that's so cool.
I got a tumbler for you guys and a bunch of stickers and coasters and bumper stickers. So
super cool. Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on, man. So let's see. We got Tate, crowd favorite, of course. Tate Hieronymus. What is up, dude? You're muted, Tate. Rookie mistake.
Rookie. I've been on the show like 500 times.
So Tate has some sand from the Patterson-Gimlin film site. That's going to be one of the prizes as well. So that's kind of a collectible. You know, there's a lot of talk about the PG film and all that sort of stuff, whether it's real or not. Either way, it's a historic site, and it's awesome to have a piece of that. And then we've got our good old buddies Eli Watson and Karac St. Laurent and Jonathan Dodd, but I can't see him. He must not be here.
Yeah, his camera it looked like his connection might have been bad, so I'm not sure if he's maybe he's lost connection right now or something.
Okay, well, we will, when Jonathan pops in, we will be sure to announce that and talk about that and just make sure we're kind of all up to speed. But yeah, this is going to be the lineup, obviously minus Jonathan, but Jonathan is super talented artist. For folks that don't know who Jonathan Dodd is, I mean, his work kind of speaks for itself. And
he's crazy good. He is insanely talented.
Let me just see here. I'm going to share one of Jonathan. Jonathan's going to be giving away an art print, signed art print, by the way.
Has he really?
And yeah, that's his prize will be in one of the bundles. I think it's in the grand prize. It's going to be a
It's the smartest thing you said so far, Tate. Nice work.
Shut up, Jeremiah.
Here, check this out. I just want to show this. This is some artwork.
Oh, wow.
Jonathan Dodd just did this for our upcoming Bridgewater Triangle documentary, but just look at that. I mean, this is absolutely amazing. It's probably one of my favorite Bigfoot depictions. It's of a story of Bigfoot that allegedly lifted a car in the 1970s during one of these sightings. It was, I think it was 1969 or 70. Yeah, so Jonathan's awesome, but he will be giving away a signed print. He's really talented. He knows his stuff for sure. He's done a lot of illustrations for us and that sort of thing. And I mean, he gave me this one print. So this is kind of an example of something you might expect. So this is of a mountain lion, lion actually, and it's got the it's like a little one of those A-frame cabins.
Mm-hmm. Is that you? You in there?
Yeah, probably. It's probably me.
I've actually been working on cryptozoology art as well. I think I might have topped Jonathan.
That's awesome, is that the two-egg? Yes. Is that the two-egg stump jumper?
The two-egg stump jumper.
He is jumping. I can put 2 eggs in there.
That's hilarious.
All right, guys. So we're all here. So let's. I see there's already some submissions coming in. So I should say. Okay, actually, hold on. Jonathan says his devices are not connected. He's having a little trouble getting in here. But I should say, obviously, per the submission, it's going to be U.S. residents only for the contest. I'm sorry, guys. I know for our international fans, we've got some excellent, people in Canada and elsewhere. It's just the shipping usually is very difficult with this sort of thing, and it's usually not. It ends up being just ridiculous and takes forever, and it's very complicated. So we'll be doing just U.S. residents only for now. But I do see that Kevin Hamilton has given $20, and one of our great Canadian listeners, of course. So we appreciate that, Kevin, and thank you for always tuning in. He's always got some funny jokes and funny things to say in the comments. So
hopefully Kevin knew that it's only U.S. before he gave us $20.
I hope so. I will. Yeah, I'm sure he'll be in the chat, so we'll make sure he gets that. But we do appreciate that. So then let's see. Going on here, we have also Mark Webster has put in $20. Love from Alabama. Awesome, Mark. So I will make sure to get your name here written down, and we'll put it in the hat, in the Chewbacca head, that is. All right, let's see if Jonathan can hop in now. Try to add him again.
Yeah, I want to show him my masterpiece.
Jonathan, are you with us? All right.
Oh,
There he is.
There he is.
Cool.
I don't know if it may not be working. But anyway, so while I get these names down, so let's see, I'm just going to go through. We've also got JD Sedona, who's got a $5 submission in. Thank you so much, JD, for that. We've got Ryan Smith with the $20 in as well. Ryan is awesome. Eli and Karac and I got to spend some time in the field with him recently. That was fun.
With Brian, should we go hiking as well?
Yep, with Brian, of course, and Evan of New Hampshire Sasquatch.
Yes.
We've also got Kaiju Ninja, Tristan. He says, may the Squatch be with you, and with a $10 submission. Thank you so much, Tristan. Awesome to see you, man.
I'll see you in July, Tristan.
That's right. He's heading up to Bumping Lake.
That sounds vaguely threatening.
It almost did, yeah.
No.
Got Outback Orchard here with $10 submission as well. And we have so far Nikki of Harry Man Hoaxes and Hoodwinks with a $20 submission as well. Awesome, guys. I will get your guys' names in here, and I will show you as we do that. Just give me some time. I'm doing it old school method. I got to write them all down and put them in here. I figured visually it would just make more sense to have the for kind of the fun purposes of it.
We should do a cryptozoology Jeopardy sometime on this.
that'd be cool.
That sounds fun.
I have a great PowerPoint template for that. I'll share it with you.
Oh, amazing.
Kevin says, this is just a $20 donation. He says, I'm fine with not being in the draw, but I'll probably cry myself to sleep. Not
Kevin,
you can't win.
You get this for free. You get the 2-egg stump jumper for free.
No way.
There you go. So we've also got Larry Shoop, who's come in with a $5 donation as well.
Hey, Larry. Larry's one of my followers. Love him.
Oh, awesome. Very cool. And we've got this guy named Tate Hieronymus. I wonder who that could be.
That's my brother.
$9.99.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
So that'll count as $10. He says Tate is an animal. I mean, I can't say I don't disagree. So we've got Western New York Bigfoot with a $5 submission. Says, sorry, Tate, you're not as pretty as Emily.
Hey, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
That's harsh.
I didn't do my makeup, okay?
So we've got My Eyes. There may be something wrong with the submission. It says $1.99 with a 25. I don't know. We'll we can figure that out. We also got this Eli Watson guy putting in $4.99. I mean,
dude,
Look at that message. It just says nothing.
it just says not. Why are you saying nothing, man?
Because I'm
Your
going to say it
silence
all
speaks
right here.
volumes, Watson.
But anyway, Ryan Carboy just came in with $20 as well. Great cause, great show, man. Thank you so much. Yeah. So let's while I write these down, it's a little bit overwhelming here. I'm going to take a few minutes, but I would love to get you guys talking about some interesting topics here within Bigfoot. And Jonathan, let's see if he can come. We're having some trouble with his and maybe a connection issue. I'm not sure.
Okay. I have a topic starter.
Absolutely. Take it away.
Do you guys think Bigfoot is an ape or a human?
Can I start off a little bit?
Go for it.
Go ahead, try.
I'll be back with you guys in a few minutes. Here.
Go ahead, try. Awesome. That's a great lead into that. So I'm not going to provide like a conclusive opinion on that, but I have some interesting food for thought on it that I feel like people will generally find interesting. And Emily knows some of this already. I showed Emily this, and I think I showed you this too, Eli. I find some of the anatomical features with what some people describe in tracks, for example, interesting in this particular discussion. One reason, and it's not exactly North American Sasquatch here, but I've been researching Japanese Bigfoot sightings, which are referred to as the Hibagon, which means the monster of Mount Hiba. And there is a footprint from a small town in the Hiroshima region called, I think it's called Saijo. And this was a footprint that was found in the snow in the 70s, 75, I think. And it is anatomically and I really do mean this aside from size, 100% consistent and accurate with certain fossilized Neanderthal footprints that we have on record. And I mean crazy comparison. Like if you think of the foot that left the fossil footprint, making a footprint in the snow, you point to the Hibagon picture and you're like, that's what it would look like. 100%. and it's interesting. And then you have reports of Sasquatch, with tool usage and things like that. And I think one thing to think about with this tends to be, well, we have a lot of things that point to ape. We have the general appearance, we have the types of behavior, we have the lack of what maybe we would consider a structured language, although that differs depending on some reports. What I would posit before, or this is rather what I posited to myself, before I made my thoughts on it anywhere near conclusive, be careful with what we think about when we think of human, because I think that the line between non-human primates, especially the apes, and humans is getting thinner the more that we find out about non-human primates. There are types of tree-dwelling monkeys, they're not even apes, they're monkeys in Africa, that have specific vocalizations for specific predators. And those come with instructions that the rest of the troop follows. And that's essentially rudimentary spoken language. So communication is no longer a barrier that we have to define that by. It's like, okay, well, maybe tool usage. Well, now we have, chimpanzees that create rock discs because they're more aerodynamic when they throw them. And they create these catches of stones that they pile in specific places in order to react to future confrontation that they're anticipating. So tool usage in preparation for the future is also a barrier that's kind of fallen. So I guess my answer is I don't know, but I'm not sure. What would I say? I'm not sure where I'd even draw the line.
Well, I think, Karac, maybe the question should be, is Bigfoot a homo species? Because we can't really say Bigfoot's human, because that would mean it's a homo sapien, right? Because we consider ourselves the only humans. So I guess the real question is Bigfoot a homo, or is it a great ape?
Eli, I see you laughing, Eli.
I'm sorry. You guys are my friends, and I can do this.
It's funny.
Okay.
No, I think that's a really great question, especially with people who lean towards things like the Paranthropus theory or Australopithecines. You look at some of those, and it's like, slap a little bit more of hair on the body, and that's what Sasquatch is purported to look like in a lot of these paleo art recreations, especially in things like skull structure. We have plenty of human species that if you were to just look at the skull and you weren't familiar with the parameters by which we define something as a human in fossil record, you'd say that looks like a gorilla. Like a weird gorilla, but like a gorilla. You wouldn't think that's a weird-looking person. You would think that's a weird-looking monkey. So I agree. There certainly is, maybe the question of ape versus human is to some extent perhaps premature because we haven't found one yet for study, but also maybe it's too broad. Maybe it is too broad. What is Tate given like his answer here? I don't.
Yeah, he's repping Expedition Bigfoot.
Oh, not even.
Yes.
Shut up. Nope.
Oh, goodness.
But no, I agree with you, Emily. I agree with you, especially considering, that footprint has been driving me crazy lately. Just looking at it over and over again, trying to find some way that it differs from that Neanderthal footprint, and I cannot find a single way. I really can't, aside from the actual size. It's just you took it and you shrunk it. That's the only difference. And, convergent evolution and all that, so it doesn't mean that it's not left by a non-human primate. But at that point, do we have to consider, it's just such a broad question.
Yeah.
Well, okay, let me clarify, because I partly brought that up in jest, that question, to tease Emily.
Well, screw you too.
No. But,
Okay, guys, I'm working on the names. Don't worry, we're gonna get these soon.
There we go.
So
all right.
you guys keep going.
Karac latched on to what the real thing was, which was bringing up the topic of what separates human from the other apes, and how thin and dubious that line can be. Because while I will not agree with Emily in saying that Sasquatch is another human, I do recognize that humans are great apes, and I think Sasquatch is a great ape. So
yeah, maybe that's part of the whole thing there, is that if we count humans as apes, then the question itself is out the window already. It's like, well, of course it is. If it's a human, then it's an ape. And if it's an ape, well, we already concluded that it was an ape. So it's
I
no.
think
Yeah,
really the
that's a good
question
point.
is just, how intelligent Bigfoot is. And I think that intelligence doesn't necessarily go with physical appearance. Because think about it, like when we were Homo erectus, we didn't necessarily look like we do now. We looked more primitive, yet we were making fire. We had a complex language. We had a social structure. So I don't necessarily think that because Bigfoot looks more primitive that it is in terms of intelligence. I think that it could be just as intelligent as our own species in just kind of a different way.
Totally agreed. I mean, we have birds of prey in Australia that currently use fire. They'll pick up burning debris and place it at the nests of their prey to drive out the prey so they can swoop down and grab them. And that's a bird. That's not like a thing that has thumbs or can speak to another individual. That is a flying, weird reptile with a beak. So, there's something to be said too, I think. And I think you and I talked about this as well, Emily. The fact that intelligence is also situational. Because you have, humans that communicate mainly visually and even more so verbally. But a chimp can tell what another chimp is saying by the manner in which it's showing its teeth alone. And gorillas do it with smell. And we are not built to receive messages that way. When we smell a gorilla, we just think, wow, that gorilla smells bad. But another gorilla might pick that up and be like, oh, that's an alarm call. There's weird stuff happening nearby. And, that's situational intelligence. You throw a person out into the rainforest, not going to last 24 hours without gear. A chimp will do just fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, guys. Let's see. I'm going to start putting some of these names in the hat. So
Here we go.
Or in the Chewy head, if I can get it open. There we go. So we've got a bunch of the names so far. Everyone that's put them in so far. I've got a few more to catch up, but that's fine. Names, as you can see.
We're going to be writing down names
We're going
this
in.
whole time.
Yeah. Well, that's good. So the hats
That
are
is
in
good.
there. The names are in there. So we got that.
Oh, you didn't enter me, did you? I didn't want to be entered. I just wanted to join.
Too late. Well, if
Okay.
let's say if we
If
do
I
draw
win-
you, we'll
if I
just
win,
disqualify
draw me.
you.
Yeah.
I'll give you a high
Yeah.
five when I see you as the prize.
Yeah, that works.
I'm loving the conversation so far. But it's one of those things, I think, when I think about it as well, just the really interesting, idea that what Sasquatch could be, whatever it is. I mean, what little we really know. I mean, we have so much of what we have is anecdotal, and that's where something like with what Scott works with, data might be a little bit more useful in terms of obviously predicting behavior and that sort of thing. But it's a sort of an unparalleled sort of area, I'd say. But
I was actually
this?
going to chime in on that. I just made a map yesterday looking at primate distribution and concentrations versus latitude.
Do you want to share that?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Please do.
You want to just request to become a...
Let's see. Can I share? Share screen.
Well, I'm really excited right now. This is
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, me too.
It's a great-
Scott
Yeah.
makes the best maps.
Scott is super talented here. Let's see. Add Scott to stream. There we go.
There we go. So,
That's so cool.
can you see my mouse?
That's where I want to be, the primate zone.
Right? The primate zone. So I looked at primate distribution by species, right? And if you look, the closer you are to the equator, right? Obviously, there's the most species. The equator transects the red zone of the most species of primate. But as you get further north or south to the 40 degrees north or 40 degrees south, you start to see less and less primates. So I think one of the things that this map helps answer that question with is we can separate modern humans from Bigfoot or Sasquatch by our adaptability, right? We've adapted to almost every environment, and we've become really, really prolific. Now, Bigfoot or Sasquatch might have adapted to every other climate and every other latitude, for example, but they are not likely as prolific as we are. So maybe that's one of the things that separates modern humans from Sasquatch and keeps them at the primate level rather than human level, in my opinion. And hopefully this map supports that. I just happened to make it yesterday, and it applied to what we were talking about, so I brought it up.
I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is really interesting. That is.
Wow.
I wonder if there's a distribution with weather pattern, because obviously the equator will have a lot of climate-related differences.
Funny
And
you
I would love
ask.
to see what temperatures are like around
Oh,
Bigfoot sightings.
look at what he's got there.
Just did that the other day.
Rainfall data. Yes, this is something
Yeah.
that John Bindernagel especially was very focused on.
Definitely amazing with the rainfall stuff.
Yeah, well, it helps answer another question. Well, I would say it posits a very appealing answer to the question of why haven't we found bones? And I think that the answer to that is perhaps a crux of many different phenomenon, but this especially, which is you have a rare species. You have a rare species that is not represented well in general in the fossil record. We do not have many primate fossils. We have like a tooth for gorillas, and that is it. And that's for a species that we're able to observe and know exists. So you have this rare species that probably isn't leaving a good fossil record, that is very rarely seen in areas where mammals that eat bones are very common because they're after bone marrow, because they don't have a lot of it in their diet. And in those areas, you have very high soil acidity because of rainfall, which means potentially the bones that aren't just being eaten to the point where you wouldn't think anything of it if you just saw one of the bone pieces are getting eroded away by soil rather quickly.
Scott, I actually had a question for you. This has come up a lot in my research recently. You look at these maps, you look at these reports, and sometimes you tend to see patterns, but at the same time, you need to have a person and a Sasquatch in the same place in order to have an encounter. So are these maps telling us more about the people or more about the Sasquatches? Have you ever seen patterns that you're like, you know what? I think this actually is a Sasquatch movement of some sort.
Yeah, actually,
Real quick, before I don't want to interrupt, but here,
go ahead.
We the latest
Cool.
names are going in the Chewy head. So here we go.
Here we go.
Now we've got a bunch in there now. So yeah, it's starting to fill up. I'm fully caught up. So I think we'll do a trivia question after Scott answers that question.
Cool.
I
Yeah.
want to hear that,
Actually, one of the things that makes me think that, to your point, you have to have a person to be able to have an encounter. What I've taken and looked at is the hubs and corridors, wildlife corridors. So, for example, one of my favorite maps is that Florida wildlife corridor, the Southeast, and you can start to see the encounters intersect really well with that ecological data, right? That conservation data. So, yes, I think that's where people and Bigfoot come together in the same place, but that biological conservation data that was scientifically gathered and created kind of brings some supporting data to the fact that Bigfoot is a living creature that travels the same corridors as mountain lions, bobcats, deer, everything else that wants to stay away from humans. So that's just, we have sightings just like of mountain lions with humans as well. And how often, how many are there really, right? So it's a big supporting piece of data are the wildlife corridors, and I've done Florida and California so far, Southeast and California.
Yeah, those
Both
Florida
of them,
ones, absolutely amazing. I mean, especially with the stuff that we were doing down there, and obviously we were working with you closely, Scott, with the Bigfoot Mapping Project. And when I saw those hubs originally, when you had posted that's when I reached out to you after seeing that Florida map and through the Southeast, and I thought, wow, this is really interesting, because there's a lot of conversation about what is going on in Florida. Is it a viable place for something like this to exist? And I mean, we've seen Tate and Eli, obviously we're all companions for that, and we saw that there's definitely viable habitat for large animals down there. Mm-hmm. Is it as big as, say, Oregon or into Canada or even parts of the Appalachian Mountains? No, it's not, but there's still a large amount of habitat, but there are corridors with animals moving through. So,
well, it's like in South Florida, we saw a bear, and we obviously know there's panther there, so there's some pretty big predators over in that area. So,
but anyway, guys, real quick, we've got a few more submissions here, but I do want to do some trivia questions because I think those are a lot of fun. So I'm going to get some more names here into the Chewbacca head. We'll talk about some of the prizes too, but let's do a trivia question. This is going to kind of take us back a little bit. So how this will work is I'm going to pop the question up on the screen, and whoever can get it right first in the chat will win. In this case, I'm going to be sending you 2 stickers here. So this one's actually done by Karac, New Hampshire Bigfoot sticker, home of the Wood Devils, and this one's a New England cryptid sticker. So you want to win this, you will answer this question. So let's see. Question I got here.
You must answer his riddle.
Okay, here you go. Trivia question number 1. Can you name all of the 4 horsemen of Bigfootery? And go.
Bigfoot itself does not count.
We will reveal the answer as soon as we start. Like the first person that gets it, like I said, we will call for the winner for these 2 stickers. So I imagine there's people typing away, hopefully. Definitely exciting. Got some more names to add.
I actually want to show this really quick. I don't know why I didn't show this before, probably because it had this on it. But on the back of this is actually the footprint that I was talking about. This is the alleged Hebegon footprint that was the Neanderthal shape.
Oh, nice.
But, you know, Scott, you were talking about adaptability. And I run a blog called the Sasquatch Print Project that right now
Hold on. We're going to have to call this here with the question. So, Ryan Smith, you were very close. He said,
had a call.
So, looks like Nikki actually got it. DeHinden, Krantz, Green, Bindernagel. Yep, that is the answer
Nice
we're going to
work.
go with. So, Nikki of Hairy Man, Hoaxes and Hoodwinks. She's awesome. She does a good job. You're the winner of these 2 stickers. So, Nikki, if you can send me an email or message me on Facebook, I want to get these out to you as soon as possible. So we have our first winner. And actually, here, let's pop up the answer.
Is it really Bindernagel? I'm so sorry.
Here we go.
It.
Wait, what? Did I get it wrong?
You got it
I
wrong.
think you got it wrong.
I got it wrong.
That means that you have to give away a random item from your own.
Nikki, I will still send you these. So let me know. But let's see who. Was there anyone else that got it? Yes. Looks like Ryan actually is the winner. My mind is all over the place, guys. In case you can't tell,
Cut the stickers in half.
Does the ultimate troll.
I
So
mean,
Ryan,
to be fair, Bindernagel really should be
I know
within
he
that
really
group.
should. There's
There's like 6 horsemen if you include Meldrum and Bindernagel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So
there's it's one of those things. But my mind is just gone, as you can tell. So
Yeah.
I apologize, Nikki, but I will send you some stickers. So let me know. But Ryan is the winner of the stickers. So and that answer is, of course, we have the answer here. So John Green, Grover Krantz, Renee Hinden, Peter Byrne. So
Grover Krantz was a class act.
Yeah, Grover Krantz was definitely an interesting guy. So, all right, moving on. Continue conversation while I figure out what to do here.
Yeah, I'll make it really quick so someone else can talk. I don't want to take up too much of your time here. But you're talking about adaptability, Scott, and I have a blog where I examine handprint evidence that's been given out. And I got this photo from Doug Hychek recently, and I'm going to be in contact with the person who actually knows the backstory behind it.
Cool.
But it's this handprint photograph right here. It's left on a cloth of some kind. And I think it's interesting because you have this high degree of flexibility in the thumb. And you see that in things like the Freeman handprint, and you can actually see it in certain versions of the Patterson-Gimlin film very briefly, this very high degree of flexibility in the thumb. And what that suggests paleontologically is what's called a power grip, which is a grip that's meant for grasping large objects. And if you think of a North American environment and the kind of behavior Sasquatches are purported to have, you have them picking up large branches. You have them collecting very large rocks. You have reports of the clapping sounds that are made that cause the hand to extend out to make that kind of reverberation. And I just think it's interesting in terms of adaptability to a North American wilderness. That's one of the best adaptations that you could think of for an animal with a thumb. So,
Absolutely.
Well,
Where'd Alex go?
I don't know, but
I'm here. I'm just working on the names.
Arts and crafts.
Arts and crafts.
going off the trivia
Here,
question.
I'll help out. Jeremiah,
Yes.
you interview a lot of people all the time.
I've interviewed everyone on this stage except
Yes.
for one, Emily. So
I know. I gotta sign up.
anyway,
Emily.
someday.
Speaking of who's been on Jeremiah's show of hands, who's been on his show more than once?
Oh, nope.
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't remember.
Okay, Emily,
I think I was
sorry.
supposed
What
to
were
be.
you gonna say?
Well,
Sorry,
I
that
was
was
going
rude.
to say, is there anything that you've noticed throughout your time interviewing researchers that is really consistent? You know, do a lot of researchers have consistent beliefs or techniques maybe in the field?
Well, I mean, that's a really good question. So, it seems to be that most people use the same forms to try to get Sasquatch to respond in the field when they're out doing research. You know, everyone is talking about the wood knocks, the pheromone chips, maybe even using them by a drone, perhaps. I've heard of that being done before, Tate.
Oh, interesting.
Sound call blasting. Although I really like the unique stuff where it's like you're call blasting like a baby's cry or something weird like that. But yeah, that's what comes to mind real quick. But I don't,
Dude.
Alex, whenever you wanna go,
You just gave me a brand new idea. You gave me a brand new idea.
I did. Oh, really?
Attach a baby to a drone and fly that over the environment.
No, it's close. It's close.
My God.
I'm gonna put a sound blaster on a drone and fly that over.
Interesting.
That could be
There's
interesting.
an idea.
Scare
It
them
might end
away.
up on TV.
You might. I suppose.
Hey, thanks, Kevin Hamilton, for that nice comment.
Also, I do have to say,
We'll see that. I'll see this
Hold on, Tate, hold on.
season 4 of my freaking Bigfoot.
Greg, hold on, give me a second here.
Shut
I'm
it.
trying to catch up. So we got Greg who put in $27 Canadian. Okay, Canadian guys, message me, send me an email. I will send you guys some stickers. Okay, I think it's only fair. We do appreciate you putting that in there for a charity. That's awesome. But hit me up afterwards. I have my email down below. Those of you that know me, Greg, you can just send me a message on Instagram, whatever.
Greg's great.
So thank you for that, though. That is awesome.
A lot of us here were on, well, me and Alex at least, were on Team Northeast for a thing that Greg hosted on Instagram
right.
a while ago.
Oh,
and
cool.
man, he was a great host. He was very,
Absolutely.
Kills
very
it.
kind and engaging. So yeah.
No doubt about that. So what do you guys say about another trivia question here? We've got a few more to go.
I'm learning here. This is interesting.
So maybe I can actually get the answer right the first time here. So we'll see how that goes. Eli, you can correct me. You have the sheet.
I know, I do. I was confused.
Eli chose to let you drown.
No. Eli kind of already did fact check him a little bit. The first time.
You did.
Yeah.
Next time, just let him go, Eli.
This will take us back to basics. So this prize will be for a I'm doing the comic book. So this is going to be for the Granite State Bigfoot comic book. This is a comic I worked on a few years ago with a friend of mine who's sadly since passed. But it's some awesome kind of old retro style comic about Bigfoot stories from good state of New Hampshire. Just a fun kind of little read. So that is going to be the prize. And the question for this one is going to be, we've got Bigfoot on the cover there, but how about this? Trivia question number 2. Who coined the term Bigfoot? So first person to get this right gets the comic.
Karac.
That's a tough one.
Fish of Family Fun said trivia question, what is Bigfoot? Very close.
That's philosophical.
What is Bigfoot?
But
That comic book is so cool. I have it and I love it.
Yeah.
It's a fun one. It was done by a friend of mine who does a lot of he did a lot of comics back in the day about zombies and UFO stuff and local history. So let's see. We've got some.
I feel like any person who knows about Bigfoot should get this question.
There's a lot of different answers we've got so far.
Yeah, I'm reading them. Let's see.
Let's see.
I just read this the other day. I wonder if I'm right, if I remember correctly.
We're looking for a
Terry
specific
Crews.
name, guys. So name.
Terry Crews.
So we've got Jerry.
I see somebody who got it.
Yep, Mark Webster. Mark Webster gets it. Andrew. Nope, actually, he didn't.
That's wrong.
No,
it's close.
Eli, can you just take
It's
over
close.
for me?
It's close. Adam Larson got it, actually. Adam
Got it.
Larson.
Adam Larson.
Okay.
Adam Larson got
Andrew
it.
Gonzoli.
It is Andrew Gonzoli.
Gonzalez.
Okay, fun fact.
It's
Eli,
Gonzalez.
you're doing the trivia from now on, okay?
Okay. Well,
For real.
fun fact. I convinced a coworker once that Andrew Gonzoli was the name of a Jason Statham character in which he had to steal money from the government, and he hated it. He hated it.
So here's my question though. How do we do this now? Because Mark, if we're accepting, is it the last name we're going to accept? Because Mark technically got the first name right, so that's a tough one. That's a real tough one.
Well, you kind of said he was right.
I like
half
Eli's idea.
How about I'll throw in some stickers or something for first answer there.
Okay.
The first
So
name.
Yeah, let's do it.
How's
Yeah, I
that?
could do that
Some of
too.
these? Yeah.
Absolutely. So Andrew, Andrew Gonzoli, that is the answer. But for Adam, if you could, Adam, message me, email me, send me a Facebook message, whatever, let me know, and I will get this out to you. So
I'll throw in this very real Yeti hand.
Where'd you get that from, dude? That's amazing.
yeah,
No, this is the most DIY Bigfoot thing ever. I got the hand at Walmart on like Halloween, and then I just found string and tied it to the end, and I was like, "Hey, that's the Pangbush hand."
Yeah, there you go. Have you been talking to Peter Byrne?
Oh,
Dude, Eli, speaking of that, Eli, we were at Georgia. We were seeing like Tom Slick's like glasses and stuff.
Yeah.
Eli and I were going crazy over that. And they're like actually Tom Slick's glasses.
Well, that's
And,
cool.
like,
Wow.
binoculars and stuff.
that's
Yeah.
cool. I didn't know that, Eli. I know you saw some Tom Slick stuff. I didn't know it was like his personal belongings.
Dude, it was insane.
I thought I told you that, Karac.
No, not the specifics of his belongings. I think you said you saw his journal or something like that, though, right?
Yeah, his journal was there.
I knew
too,
that part. Yeah, I didn't
as
know
well
that.
as like photographs that he took while on these expeditions that I haven't seen published anywhere else.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that. That's crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah, I'm just like, bro.
That is
I
incredible.
would pay money for this.
Where's
I
this-
don't think
where is
very
this
many
at?
people would, but I,
The Expedition Bigfoot Museum.
Oh, Expedition Bigfoot. Yeah.
yes, the
Okay.
museum with an unfortunate name, but they were the first ones to come up with it.
Oh.
To be fair.
Throwing some real shade, yeah.
No, I don't think you can prove that. Yeah.
if I may ask the crowd, who's your favorite of the four horsemen and why? And we can include Bindernagel in this
Yes.
as well.
Oh, well,
Bindernagel for
Bindernagel
sure.
then.
Yeah, Bindernagel. That was
Um,
tough.
Okay, fine. Peter Byrne. Mine's Peter Byrne because
Okay, well, you know
he's a
what?
Gangster.
Mine's Eli Watson, but I was too scared to say it because I'm shy.
I'm not part of them. I'm not-
Renee
I'm the lone
DeHinden has
horseman.
amazing beer commercials. I don't think
I was-
any of the other ones do. So
The kokanee beer, that's right.
Yeah,
So
I was
good.
I love
gonna,
that.
I like Renee DeHinden a lot.
he's so good. Oh man.
I like Peter Byrne. I used to be John Green because I love how he collected all the reports, but I talk to Peter Byrne like once a week now, and he's just such a nice guy. I love him.
That is awesome.
It is really awesome.
He's so
Oh, cool.
sweet. I just
Yeah, he's the last of the old guard, isn't he?
he sure is.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
Wow.
He's been telling me some very cool stories, and I've been trying to figure out where some of his prints came from, and
Mm-hmm.
it's been fun talking to him. He's
That's
a
cool.
cool guy.
Yeah, Ryan Smith's got an interesting comment. He says Bindernagel hands down because of his enthusiasm and willing to bring science to the discussion without being a cynic or condescending.
Mm.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
so
Everyone
true.
I've ever talked to that's met him has said he was like the nicest guy. He will take his time to listen to you. Doesn't matter if you're just some guy off the street or if you're some super PhD or something. He treats everyone. He treated everyone the same. And
when he passed, that kind of
Amazing.
actually hurt a little bit. Like it was
Yeah.
really. That was the hardest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, I mean,
He
I
has
turned.
kids?
He does have kids. Yeah. He has, I think, a daughter and a son, and I think his widow is still alive. But I might be wrong on that because they're roughly the same age, and he was pretty old. So, yeah. I mean, he was. I mean, like Alex just said, it doesn't even matter who it was. You can talk to the most controversial and off-putting person in this field, and if they talk to Bindernagel, they will have nothing but nice things to say about him.
So true.
seriously. And I think what happened was towards the end of his life, unfortunately, some folks kind of used his good nature to kind of promote themselves. And I understand partially with Todd Standing, that was one of the cases. So
I think wasn't that like the last thing Bindernagel did was with Todd Standing? Like
It actually wasn't. It was with I found this channel's gone now, but there was this researcher who himself was kind of controversial, Nathan Rio, who ran
that's right. Yes, I
what was it,
remember that.
Colorado Sasquatch, something like that.
Utah.
He was-
Yeah.
Utah Sasquatch, yes. And as far as I
Yeah.
know, he was the very last person to interview Bindernagel, and it was on film.
Wow.
Wow.
It wasn't like a big documentary; it was a video. But
I know
there was a
Justin
second one.
Justin
Chernopesky
did two around the same time.
I interviewed him.
Yeah,
that
Utah
was a
might have
good
gone
one.
a little bit after Justin, but it was literally like within a 3-month time span. Both
That's
of them did.
that's Mountain Beast Mysteries, right?
Yes.
That's
that's
the channel?
Mountain Beast Mystery. One of his first documentary, I believe it was the second one, had the full interview with John.
Yes,
And
it did.
He told the story of basically just being invited into John's home, which was absolutely just amazing.
That's awesome.
Tristan says, "Glad I met Bindernagel at a conference and bought his last book." That is really awesome.
Wow,
Very good.
that's
Very good.
awesome.
Mhm.
Oh,
I'm
cool.
jealous.
And Joe asks, "Wasn't Krantz the first scientist to stick out his neck for Bigfoot research?"
One of the first ones.
One of the first. There's a few others that are a little bit unknown. There's actually one guy of Croatian/Serbian origins called Vladimir Markitich, who wrote some pretty interesting stuff, and a lot of people don't know about him. But he had written a book, and he had worked with Krantz a little bit, and kind of an interesting character as well.
And if you want to meet Krantz too, you can go to the Smithsonian.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
he
right.
donated his
Yep.
body to science. That's
Him and
right.
his dog are on
Got it,
display
dude.
there. Yeah.
His dog and him are there.
That's right.
He's a
Donald
enormous dog.
Fuller brings up a good point. He says the Erickson Project did Bindernagel dirty. From what I understand,
Yes.
they brought him out there, and he was of very poor vision at that point, and he was they basically, he said, "Oh yeah, I saw this strange thing, but I mean, it's obviously it could have been
His observational skills.
could have been a
in
guy
that
in a
distance would
suit."
have been
So,
moved. Yeah.
oh man, but I always say my favorite, his first book, absolutely my favorite Bigfoot book on the topic. I could pick it up anytime. Just a fantastic read, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
But
It really is good.
yeah, I don't think there will be another one like him. I mean, there's some great people still out there now.
Maybe the closest to him is Meldrum, but
Yeah. In terms of academic writing, excuse me, Meldrum and Bindernagel have written, I mean, just the most academic pieces on Sasquatch basically ever written. And until we find one of these things, I don't think we'll have one like it again.
Right. There's definitely a lot of people kind of behind the scenes, but in terms of people that are sticking their neck out, and there are controversies obviously with Meldrum, and I think that's the thing about Bindernagel. There really weren't, aside from these few where he seemed like he was kind of exploited. I mean, with Meldrum, there's some stuff about Todd Standing as well, but a lot of that maybe gets taken out of context. I don't know.
Well, the thing with Meldrum, Todd Standing, it was Meldrum and Bindernagel with Todd Standing in that one area.
Right. So that was when Bindernagel was involved with that. Yeah. So
so you have the problem with Bindernagel. I remember watching Todd Standing's documentary when it came out, and one of the things that struck me with Meldrum talking about his experience in the area was when you saw, and I don't want to take a stance on the Standing thing, but I'm making an observation. When Standing talked about the experience that Meldrum had, he was much more, we'll say, enthusiastically definitive than Meldrum was. Meldrum was leaving it very open-ended, like, yes, it was strange, not so unusual that it was like out of this world strange. It was a little eerie. And Standing was much more like, no, that's the kind of behavior that we see out here and things like that. So there is a
sort of stuff.
There's a difference in interpretation between the two people who were there. So that's what I'll leave that at.
Makes sense. So looks like we lost Eli there, and unfortunately, Jonathan hasn't been able to get back in, which is a real bummer.
It is. I was looking forward to talking with him. He is. We talked online again, and he's really nice. He's a great guy.
He had messaged me saying he was having some tech issues, unfortunately. So
is there a Starbucks near his house or something?
That is a bummer. Yeah, I don't know. I think he lives somewhere down south. But anyway, so I'm going to do a little trivia question here soon, but we'll wait till Eli gets back to.
So we can give the right answer.
Yeah.
I had a question for Scott real quickly. Scott, so I saw like you showed like the weather patterns versus like sightings. I'm actually surprised that Florida doesn't have as much as I thought it would be because considering how much it rains down here.
As many sightings? Yeah, actually, Florida has a I forget what number state Florida is in terms of hotspot number of sightings, most dense sightings. I did a post.
3, I thought.
I wonder if that has something to do with what Emily was talking about with the distribution of people, because the Florida, let's say something like the Everglades, it can get obviously wicked rough out there, and maybe there's less people out there to make a sighting.
Don't we know?
Would be in your typical wilderness area.
That's true.
I think that's what it is.
It could,
it's a very being out there. You'd have to be pretty seasoned, and
it's the reason why when like the primates escaped from the zoo at one point down there, like police didn't say, okay, let's form search parties. They were like, okay, let people know there's apes out there because we're not going to go out there and look for these things. Right. No way.
Well, the other thing too is that on the East Coast, Bigfoot is not really as accepted, so many people will keep their encounters very private. I know that in the Adirondacks, I do a lot of research for reports, and many of them are off the record because hunters go up there and see them, but they don't want to talk about it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Alex, I'm sure you and Karac have this too.
Yeah, it's very similar up here.
Yep.
See, that's what's weird to me because you have like museums and stuff all over the place, but people are not open to it. Whereas on the West Coast, there's museums still, and people are like all about it. It doesn't make sense to me.
It's almost like there's a. Oh, sorry, Scott, you go on.
Oh no, sorry. One of the things I was going to say, an observation I've made is people that have reached out to me through the crowdsourcing part of the Bigfoot Mapping Project. They really didn't want to have an investigator come to their house. They didn't want to go out to the field. Yeah. So these reports might not have had a way of making it anywhere. So besides, anecdotal reports between family, friends, etc., and people have reached out and said, "Oh, this is great. I don't have to wait for anybody. I can just put it right in the database." So, maybe that's one thing that influences the way reports get documented. So they'll happen, but they don't have necessarily a way of getting them anywhere, right? So.
Makes sense. Yeah,
it's quite interesting, but I do have to say we are at $357 raised so far, guys. So
wow,
I was just doing the math because there's really no way it doesn't add up on here, so I had to do it manually. So we're at 357 right now per all your donations. So thank you so much, and every single cent of that I will either write a check or donate directly to the website for the charity, and we'll just make sure to get that. What's that?
The brother said on his next donation.
No, the chat's flying by too quick.
He's like Tate needs another beer.
I did see that. Oh, actually, I see that now. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep up with the comments, and it's hard because there's
a lot.
They do. They fly right by. Yeah. I want to ask Jeremiah a question. Jeremiah.
Yes. Sorry, I was distracted because I was clicking the join button for Alex's channel and supporting him every month as an idea for anyone to do if you enjoy what Alex is doing. So
2 American heroes.
Right ahead.
2 American heroes.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I totally kind of forgot that I still had memberships.
Yeah. I appreciate what you're doing, buddy.
But
okay, Karen.
Thank you. And go support, guys. This is something that goes without saying, but a lot of these items were given away. These folks have amazing stores and things like that we're all independent creators here, and we kind of keep each other going that way. Jeremiah does a fantastic show where he interviews way more people than I do, just in general, just interviews tons of people that are involved in this field or adjacent kind of things. People that are, filmmakers, researchers, all that sort of thing. Pretty much everyone here has been on there. And then Emily does a very similar thing with her podcast, which is it's different though. It's not just about, that person. It's more about kind of looking at it from that broader perspective. So everyone's kind of doing their own sort of thing in different ways. And I think it's really, really important to support each other. And that's why I want to do part of this drive was not only raise some money for charity, but, just hang out. I like hanging out and talking with all you guys. And I think you're all very smart and the younger people, the new sort of folks in the field and that sort of thing. And I think that's important to me. And that's something I've always tried to stress. So, yeah.
I'm new. I wouldn't say I'm young though. So
you're young. Come on.
Oh well, it's up for debate. But
well, here I'll pose this to Jeremiah.
All right.
Eli, actually, and Eli, since you guys, I want to ask you this because you guys have talked to a lot of people.
Yeah,
and I want to know in regards to the. We've talked to a lot of researchers. What is it that researchers who you've talked to tend to say about the reports that go unpublicized, about the attitude against talking publicly about one sighting? Do researchers tell you about that?
I'm sorry. Can you restate your question one more time?
So what Scott was talking about with people who don't come forward, and that's why there's not more, let's say, public reports.
Yeah.
When you guys have talked to Bigfoot researchers, have they talked to you about that in their own studies when they come across it? And if so, what do they say usually?
about people that don't come out.
Why
they don't come out. Yeah. So usually it comes out that the person who hasn't shared, they're usually scared for that their livelihood will be affected somehow. Usually it's a police officer, it's someone in high standing, and they don't want, people to think they're the crazy person. This is more back in the day, like in the 70s and stuff, but like it's almost like now it's the cool thing to do. So you had like Finding Bigfoot, and all the shows and Expedition Bigfoot and all that, whatever, in Monster Quest. And now it's like, I think a lot of people feel that it's okay, it's accepted for me to share this story now. Even like on TikTok, I have an account on TikTok, and I have all these people on TikTok that are like, I've never shared this story of me seeing a Bigfoot, but like, let's talk. And I just talked to a guy the other day down in Jefferson, Texas, and his account was wild. And yeah, I think it's accepted now, and people that were scared before of being made fun of or being like, blacklisted or however you want to say it, I think they're not scared anymore. So
that's interesting. And that's something I would agree with as well. I mean, the more mainstream the topic sort of gets, or just widespread, I mean, as Joe says, people are kind of opening themselves up. I think that's, especially for some of the older folks that maybe have been sitting on a story for years. I mean, I've run into that multiple times where I've had somebody tell me a story that they just didn't want to tell anyone, or the first time they told someone after it happened in 70s, 80s, 90s, they got laughed at. So they sat on that story until they maybe heard of a similar account or now, but I think
I want to add to that, the law enforcement thing real quickly. I think Robert Leiderman has talked about this on your guys' show before. Like when he was working for the Park Service, his supervisor told him not to talk about it. So it's not just because it's not because they're not afraid of ridicule, it's because they're being told not to talk about it because somebody higher up than them doesn't really want that reputation on the whole department that they're working in at that time too.
No, for sure. And just the chat of this show. I mean, we have so many people that have had experiences or claim to have had experiences as well. I mean, we've got, as Tristan says, he sees a lot more vehicles with Bigfoot stickers on them. I see it all the time, and it's it's part of that culture. But Kevin here says, I had a neighbor from up the road that had a sighting, but he wouldn't say Bigfoot. He kept saying he didn't know what he saw, but it wasn't a bear. He absolutely refused to say the word Bigfoot. And that word is kind of silly, right? The word Bigfoot. I mean, Sasquatch sounds a little bit better, and we'll have a trivia question coming up here soon. But My Eye says, I'm still scared because I would get fired, but go on. So there still is that. I think a lot of people are still reluctant in certain areas of the country as well, and in North America, in certain parts of Canada probably. But I know here in the Northeast, it's just less culturally acceptable than it would be in, say, the Pacific Northwest or one of these sorts of places. And Brian, who's our admin, he says, I still feel that way, not as closed off as I was because of live chat and shows like this. And his story is interesting, and he had something happen to him, had no idea what it really was, and then wasn't until seeing a program on TV where a similar encounter was described years later that he sort of said, well, hey, what is going on? And I think this is a really good point that Patty Keys brings up. A lot of people don't want people in their land.
Yeah, well, you mentioned that.
Scott mentioned that. Exactly. Yeah. Scott mentioned that. I mean, that happens especially around here in New England, where there is, we do have a big national forest, but there's a ton of private land. So the last thing people want is somebody snooping around their property.
New Englanders like privacy. And it's, you see it even down to like micro communities, like on my college campus here. If you walk by someone's window too close, you get weird looks from people. They're like, I don't want to be within like 15 feet of you if I don't know you.
No, people like their privacy.
Very private, yeah.
Outback Orchard here says, I took so much grief for talking about seeing mountain lions in Vermont. I can't imagine talking to people about a Sasquatch encounter. That's a topic I know very well about, of course.
That's an animal that we know is real.
Right. And that's just the controversies around it. And there is a lot of stuff going on with that. I mean, that's just one of those things. And Joe here says, I knew I was opening myself up to ridicule by admitting I saw one in August of 2020, but I'm less sensitive than some people when it comes to that. And Joe, what I love about your encounter is you don't claim that, you are now some kind of supreme person because you've seen one, you say, why he doesn't really know what he saw. He's very humble about it. He's not. And that's the thing. If any of us here were to see one, I wouldn't, especially because we're kind of involved in this field, I wouldn't expect you to believe me at all. I'd want you to question me and put me up for sort of a tough question. Do you really see what you think you saw, or that sort of thing? And
I think that's important to be in the field together with people like that, because you kind of question each other.
Right.
Yeah. You want to get out of the echo chamber, because it was something that when I was with you, Alex, and Eli, I think I was talking with Brian about it actually, and maybe someone else was there too, but we were talking about confirmation bias, and that is something that is like, you don't have to be a bad person to fall prey to confirmation bias. So you got to be careful. That's not like an easily avoidable thing, and we will all fall prey to that if we're not careful.
I confirm your bias, dude.
I have a few more thoughts.
Someone else's bias.
I have a few more thoughts about this, but I do want to, just take some of these comments. And even Squatch Happens says, even here in Oregon, people roll their eyes when you mention Bigfoot. It still happens in those areas. But it's definitely much less than maybe here in the Northeast. And this is a really interesting comment from Bigfoot anthropologist who says, I have to anonymous because I'm a fairly well-known archaeologist who people can look up my research area. I don't want anyone to hurt my research group. I mean, a lot of people choose to go anonymous, and I completely understand that. It just makes sense. Jay Fritz says 55 years for me. He waited 55 years to kind of share his encounter.
A long time to wait. Yeah,
he's got an interesting story.
That's
Absolutely,
awesome.
I've heard his story, and it's quite interesting. Fish, Family, and Fun says us Texans welcome stories.
All right, Texas. Hello from Houston.
There you go.
Oh,
I think we look at an example of like Bigfooting ruining somebody's life. Bob Gimlin. I mean, it almost ruined his marriage in the beginning.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And he didn't go on television. He didn't talk about it for years, and it wasn't until pretty recently, honestly, he started talking about it more.
I just had to read that comment.
I have to agree.
Does that mean on track get metaphorically crucified socially?
Oh my goodness.
All right, so here's our next trivia question. You guys ready for this? Eli, do you want to take this one?
Okay, sure. Number 3, yes?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
No, it's not.
So, guys, again, let me say the prize. So the prize for this one will be a Sasquatch Out of the Shadows DVD. There's huge glare in here, but this is one of my DVDs that has some of the original documentaries from this channel all in one with some bonus features. Cool. So that is going to be the prize for this question. Eli, take it away.
Okay, so the question is, who coined the term Sasquatch?
Oh, there's the Sasquatch Out of the Shadows, and obviously I like that term better than Bigfoot. So,
I think I'm going to make Jeremiah's my new ringtone.
Ooh.
Every time I get a text message.
Jeremiah, that should be your new audio bumper. You just go, oh.
No, dude, I've got 30 audio bumpers for the podcast because I hit up everyone to record their voice.
That was cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What a good idea that is. What a great idea.
Is mine still chicken taquitos?
I stole it from someone. So Emily, I hit up everyone. I was like, hey, can you say I'm such and such from wherever, and this is the Bigfoot Society.
All right, hold on. We have a winner.
I think it's Thaddeus.
Eli, is that correct?
Thaddeus.
Thaddeus
Hieronymus. J.W. Burns. So
yeah, dude.
And to be fair, I mean, there are other people coming in with that same answer now, but they're saying the Salish people. So the original word, I'm not saying that this word was actually an anglicized term taken from Saskets.
Yes, which means wild man. Yeah.
For the coastal Salish tribe. So they're the originators of that story and that mythology. So obviously we're not saying that J.W. Burns created that, but that word that we now use, Sasquatch.
He popularized it.
Exactly. He made it. He took their word and changed it. So that's where Sasquatch comes from. So Tate Hieronymus, or maybe Tate, you could send me the shipping info on this one, where to send this to. You win the DVD, which is declared, but
I'll sign it for you, Tad.
So here we go. Yes, J.W. Burns. So it was in the 1930s that the term was coined. So it's been around for a lot longer than Bigfoot. Didn't really get popular until after the term Bigfoot has taken off, of course. And it was known at the time in British Columbia and those areas. And there's really interesting artwork and depictions, even souvenir toys of almost what looks like at that time. I mean, they were kind of describing what Sasquatch was as a lost tribe, as a, you know, and even some of the Native Americans there would talk about. There was a tribe that just sort of lived off in the woods, and they lived very primitively. So there's depictions of souvenirs being sold in British Columbia of almost like a caveman looking person with like a loincloth.
I have one of those.
Do you
have one of those?
Wow.
Yeah, you want to see it?
Yes.
Yeah, right now.
I
do it right
really do
now.
want to see that.
Yeah.
That is super cool.
Well, no, that's interesting. I was rereading some of Elkanah Walker's journal recently. He was a European who stayed for 9 years with the Spokane Indians, Native American tribe, and they described it very much the same way. There's a passage where he writes about the giant tribe that lives in the mountains, and he describes them as basically a primitive people, and doesn't refer to them as animal. Very interesting
All right,
journal.
let's see if I can.
So
Can I make this full screen? Oh my god!
Whoa.
Oh,
Wow.
this one.
That is so funny.
Wow.
That is
I have
scary.
this.
That's
I have this one, and then I have this one. I got a couple different ones.
That is so. Yeah, you can see they're very,
Three of
very
them.
much. They're. Oh, that's so cool. You have 3 of them. Jeez.
I don't even know how I got 3.
So
They're
they're kind
so
of like
hard to
kid
find.
toys. Yeah.
Yeah, they're almost like a little, and they have this little tag that tells you. Here we go. And then they come on this little stand. Young Sasquatch, souvenir of BC. And the tag says the Sasquatch story. Sasquatch is the Indian word for hairy giant. Their place of domicile is reported to be the Harrison Lake area in British Columbia, about 100 miles from Vancouver.
Harrison Hot Springs. Yep.
Yep. It is there also where skeletons, burying places, and middens may be found.
Yeah. So
You know what year those are from?
It says it on the back here. 1968.
That's
Oh
awesome.
wow, interesting.
Wow.
West Coast Sasquatch Distributors, Langley, British Columbia.
Very cool. And so
Easy.
there's some comment. My eyes says Emily for creepiest triplets.
there's
Creepy
a,
dolls.
true.
And
There was
then
a
my
TV
eyes are they
special.
why are they wearing diapers? I think they're supposed to be some
There
kind of
was
a
a-
loincloth type.
It's like
thing.
a
Seriously.
loincloth. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a TV special from the 1970s called The Trilogy of Terror that has, it's almost like Tales from the Crypt. And one of the episodes is a possessed doll that I swear is like exactly one of those.
Oh man.
Mike says, "Yeah, I'm gonna need to seek those out." BC thrift question.
Yeah.
mark?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's a good idea.
That's a very. Creepy.
You mentioned middens, right, Emily? Like Middens.
Yeah, I don't even know what that means.
So that's an archaeological term, and that means essentially like a really, really, really old trash heap, basically.
Oh.
A place in like a maybe an old, like if you were looking at like an old dirt or stone hut, and in one corner there's just mounds of objects that don't seem to have uses, and that's basically just where trash would have been put.
That's very
Fascinating.
interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting.
So Lexi says, "Emily, did I miss the beanie giveaway?" No, the contest is still going on. We are yet to read the results. If you would like the instructions, and I should probably say this in general if you have new people coming in, but so basically, if you put $5 in, you get your name once in the hat, in the Chewy head, Chewbacca head, Bigfoot head. $10 for 2. 15 for 3, 20 for 4, and 25 for 5 entries. It's also in the ticker that's kind of floating down below. And we will be drawing those in a little bit here soon. So let's hopefully, if people have some of those submissions they want to get in, we do still have 2 trivia question prizes though. So that those are exciting. So we can get to those. Maybe we'll do another one here. Let's see. What he said. We've got some 2 really cool ones. These are probably my favorite trivia questions of the ones we're going to feature here. So what do you think? I don't know where Eli is, but
I think we can trust you on this one.
okay. All right. So this is a good one, right? And I got to say, actually, Karac, you want to read this one? This is you thought of this question.
Oh, did I? Okay, let me
Yes.
take a look.
here.
Where is the question? I have the document pulled up.
Number
Okay.
4.
Number 4. Yes. Okay, this is a really interesting one. Let me know when you have it pulled up. True or false? Paul Freeman had a son who claimed to have photographed a Sasquatch. True or false?
True or false, guys? Very simple. First person to get this right wins Sasquatch Out of the Shadows Season 2 DVD.
All right.
Hey, which
Wait.
DVD am I on, Alex?
And not these ones.
You're at the front of that one if you look at the cover.
Okay, we've got yeah, it looks like what's the answer? It's true.
The answer, should I say it out loud now? Do we?
Yes, go for it.
It's true. It's true.
Yes, we do. So let's see. Who was the first one? We had, I think, Thaddeus again. Looks like.
Thaddeus again.
Thaddeus again.
Tate, is that actually your brother?
Yeah, it is.
Just watch it
Are you
be
for
Tate.
real?
Yeah.
Thaddeus James Hieronymus.
I don't know if I believe this.
He
think
told
Tate's
us
just
his
hogging all the
brother's name
prizes.
was Thaddeus in Florida.
I'm
Yeah,
looking.
really. Okay, I'm sorry. It's just tough to say, but so that is true. It is true, and I actually do want to share
Yes.
the photo. Karac showed me this.
Yeah, I will say someone typed in that his first name was Wayne. My source, which is Sasquatch Archives, that I got this information from, said it was Dwayne Freeman, and I think it's Dwayne because that was what the broadcast that he was mentioned in. But this is a photo that I've been seeing for like 10 plus years, and I never found a source on it. But I guess that this was before the Freeman film was taken. Dwayne Freeman, who is Paul Freeman's son, claimed to have photographed this big guy somewhere in the Midwest, if I'm like northern Midwest,
Huh,
maybe
interesting.
like something like that. I don't know. It's a northern area of the country, so we're not talking like the Midwest or the South Midwest. We're talking like maybe like Montana over to Washington. That way.
Okay, I was gonna
It looks
say.
like Minnetonka to me.
But here's the photo. This is the photo itself. Up here.
Yeah, that's the photo. That's the photo. What's interesting is I did some analysis on this photo. If you brighten it enough, you can actually see that whatever this thing is, whether it's a person or not, its right leg actually has an outline, and it's crossing a bit over its left leg. So you can see more of the thigh on its right than on its left.
Yeah, absolutely
Dwayne Freeman.
interesting. Yep, there you go. So it's kind of, I mean, you know, it is what it is. Just a photo. There were a lot of answers I could see in here. Chris Spencer, what's up, man? He was the runner-up there with the true. A lot of people said true. A lot of people said false. I like Jay Fritz's answer the best. 50-50 chance.
That's true. I'm willing to bet that most answers were just a guess. Yeah, because this is not a very known thing at all. People know this photo. People do not know the backstory behind it. This is like, I don't know when it went on the internet, but when it did, it clearly did not have enough context behind it because it is not well known.
Oh yeah, I had no idea until you told me.
Yeah,
Well,
well, again,
5 hours ago when we were thinking of the questions.
Yeah,
This
I
is
had
the
to.
first time I'm seeing it.
Yeah, well, I had to come across a random video to know the context behind it. I'd
Very
seen
good
it.
Blob Squad.
Yeah, very good. I was going to say the original Blob
Looks like a
Squad.
porcupine.
Oh no!
You can see the title.
You know what? I
Oh,
have a
that's good.
trivia question that people might not know, but we can save it.
Yeah, it's how cool is Tate Hieronymus, true or false?
No, this one's actually good. No one would know it.
So, I mean, I guess in regards to that question, though, looks like Tad will be the winner of both of the DVDs.
Look at that.
So that is it's a collection there, I guess, is 1 and 2. So it's a bunch of the videos.
I'm not doubting Tad at all. I'm just saying it would be really funny if that was Tate.
I promise you it's not.
Oh, a quick comment here from Nikki says Sasquatch Archives Todd Prescott has the video of Freeman's presentation of these photos.
Yes.
Ooh.
And really cool. If you guys haven't checked it out, Todd does a fantastic job. I've spoken to him a few times. Super knowledgeable guy. I mean, the guy just has so much of the old school stuff.
Dude,
Absolutely amazing stuff.
I love this channel so much.
Mm-mm.
Definitely.
Especially if you like old footage. Even if you're just that kind of person that likes looking at old archival footage, you can have a blast on that channel. Just looking at all like the old VHS stuff that's on there, all of the old news broadcasts, all of that.
Yeah, but the video where he goes through his office and shows off all of his like Bigfoot stuff is the coolest thing that you will ever see on YouTube. Like it's worth checking out
I
too.
gotta start watching.
You do,
Absolutely
you really
cool.
do.
Definitely. So we got Mike
Especially
Casey
since I
in
love
with
old
a
stuff.
submission. Mike says happy 100th, Alex. Thank you, Mike. And let me get to writing your name down then. So again, guys, last few people. I think we'll probably go in maybe about 20 minutes or so. We'll start winding down or closing down the submission time. So let's say right now it is 9:20, at least East Coast time. But in 20 minutes from now, so 9:40, we will officially close these submissions. So after that point, we will start reading off the 5 prize bundle winners, obviously being drawn out of the Chewbacca head. So it should be very exciting. Okay, cool.
I love that the focus is like that it's going to be drawn out of this Chewbacca head.
I have to keep emphasizing that. I'm writing all this stuff down. You guys don't know how distracting
I
this
just
is.
think it's so funny.
But let's see. That puts us up to, we're almost at like 400, I think, at this point.
Wow. Good turnout. Very good turnout.
Or 377. That is awesome. So, sweet. So, anyone got anything interesting coming up in terms of projects or anything like that you want to talk about? I know, Tate, you wanted to talk about some of your stuff you got coming up, but anyone who wants to say some of that stuff, go for it.
Yeah. I'm working on a 4-part series on YouTube coming out this July.
Oh.
Well, I'm filming it this July. I'm going to be in California, Washington, Idaho, and Colorado. So 4 states I've been wanting to squatch in. I've already squatched in California, but Washington, Idaho, and Colorado have been pretty cool ones. So
Nice.
I'm excited for that.
That should be coming out near the end of the summer, hopefully. So we'll see.
Dude, sounds great. Can I get in line now to not see it?
Dang, dude.
I was gonna put you in line to block you on Instagram and YouTube and stuff like that.
Wow, YouTube too. Huh?
Well, everything pretty much. Cell phone contacts, Facebook,
Wow,
Instagram,
Tate.
Twitter, TikTok.
What if we go on Beyond the Trail again?
Well, then I'll unfriend you. I mean, I'll friend you back for that. And then
I'll unfriend you.
I'll friend you back and then block you after.
All right, Mike Casey, here are your 4 submissions.
Yeah, Mike Casey
Going in.
Cool.
Mixing it all up. So you guys see they're all in there. There's a ton in there. So what we'll do, obviously, is our random draw here in just a little bit. But do we want to get maybe to that last final trivia question? What do you guys think?
Yeah,
Yes.
let's do it.
Yes, actually, I will read this one. May I?
Okay, for sure. And I just got to say, so this is a special one. This is going to be the prize. If you still have a CD player, this will be great. But if not, you can just enjoy it somehow. But this is a Mysterious Bridgewater Triangle CD from 2006 done by John Horrigan.
Ooh.
It's got stories about all of the Bridgewater Triangle hauntings, ghosts, Bigfoots, Pukwudgies, really good Bigfoot stories on here, including that police car drawing that I shared earlier. So that's going to be a fun one. So whoever gets this question right will get the John Horrigan 2006 CD. Very cool. So
Okay, well, this is
Go
a
ahead,
special
Eli.
question. I came up with this question. I'm surprised Alex decided to include it.
Really?
Shout out to Tate. What is the make and model of Tate's car, as seen in multiple episodes of Beyond the Trail?
You gotta be a true fan.
My car is literally a character of the show.
It is.
It suffered more than anyone else has.
That's almost
Dang,
true.
I think Mike Casey already got it.
Did
He
you
was all
really?
about
Oh
it.
my
Look at
gosh.
Dude,
Whoa,
dude.
wrong one. Honda Ridgeline.
Straight up.
He got okay.
Wait. But what year?
What
But
year?
that wasn't part of the question.
That's not part of it.
Just
That's
make,
not part
just
of the
make.
question. Mike wins. Mike gets the Bridgewater Triangle CD.
Jake,
Hopefully,
what year is it?
It is a 2011.
2011.
Oh, okay. That's not
There's a
bad.
lot of answers. We got Toyota POS.
I like the AMC Pacer.
That's great.
Yeah.
Peggy Curtis said a Yugo. That would be
Oh,
hilarious.
wow.
That would be more like for me. Tadius.
Just put the year.
Of
Just
course,
put the year.
Tad knows the
He
year.
knows that. I had to message Tate about that. Be like, okay, if your brother, gets this again, I think we're gonna disqualify because that's like a little bit of insider trading, insider information there.
I don't trade any information.
But good job, Mike Casey. So I hope you have a CD player, maybe old school car or just like a boombox laying around. If you don't, I mean, I'll still send this to you, but I have it digitized. So if you want to have all the digital files, I can send you that. But Mike, send me a message, Instagram, whatever, man. I've talked to you before. Send me a message and I will get this out to you tomorrow as soon as I head to the post office with a bunch of this other stuff. So with that said, that is it for our trivia questions. So all of our prizes are decided all our winners on our trivia questions. So thank you guys for participating in that. That was a lot of fun being able to do some of that and just, do 5 awesome questions. And I messed up the first 2, but that's okay. With the answers, that is. Yeah. But anyway, awesome. Well, yeah. So
Very cool.
very cool indeed.
Yeah, look at Mike's comment. I was on the edge of my seat, ready for that CD.
Is it the car from Wayne's World?
Oh my
nice.
god.
Oh wow!
Thought it was a PT Cruiser, or is that the one?
Somewhere I still have my
Secrets.
binder full of CDs from high school. I used to flip through. Yeah.
Tate, your car is the winner. Bigfoot anthropologist says, I'd like to say I really enjoyed this live stream. It's great hearing from other Bigfoot researchers on screen in the comment section. Peace, love, and Bigfoot. Thank you for stopping by, and very cool. I've seen you in the comments a few times on some other videos here on the channel, so thanks for swinging by, and good luck with all your Bigfoot searching. And awesome. Just one of the biggest things, guys, as again we're here at 100 episodes, is so many great people in the comments and the questions and the chat, all that kind of stuff. Highly appreciate you guys all. You guys really make this enjoyable for me, and it's always a fun way to spend my Monday night. That's 2 years into this at this point. It's just been a lot of fun, a blast, and lots of new faces and people coming and going, and just awesome to have everyone in the chat and some great enthusiasm about this topic. And yeah, I just appreciate you guys. So thank you all for being here and for putting up with our shenanigans, and hopefully we've entertained you guys, and hopefully you learned something new. I always learn something new talking to some of the guests I have on, and I've had all these folks on screen here either individually or in group settings. Obviously Eli and Karac and Tate they do a lot of Beyond the Trail stuff with us. They're on a lot of these sorts of chats. So
Hey, Alex,
go ahead.
you want to do this?
Oh, that's part of the bundle. Unless you want to give it away as a trivia question, but I don't have a 6th trivia question.
I do.
We can use one of mine.
I got a good one.
Oh, you have one? Okay.
It's PG related.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so that's no longer, I guess, in one of the bundles there. I don't know if that's a good idea though. Let's not do that.
Yeah, let's
know
change
what?
this halfway through. Yeah.
What if I
I
give
mean, you
away one
could
of
pour
my
a
shirts?
little out into like a Ziploc and give it away.
There. That could be for the bundle, and this
That's
could
a
be
super collector's item.
That's
It
nice.
is now.
Yeah.
That's true. It is now.
It is now.
It is now. It wasn't before.
If you guys want this shirt, Tate. Yeah. We'll give away this
Okay,
shirt.
so yeah, so we're giving away. So are we giving away the shirt then in the bundle instead of the sand? Or how-
Or do you want to do the
Happening?
What did you
Or
guys
you
decide
wanted to
on?
get rid of that with the trivia question?
get rid of that with the trivia question, then keep this with the.
Yeah,
I think the
Okay,
sand's
let's
got to
do
go
that.
with the bundle.
Okay,
Mike
Sam.
says-
bundle.
Sam's a good addition.
Eli, do it. Back on the edge.
Okay.
What does that mean?
He's ready for it.
He's back on the edge.
I'll give you
It's
the
a great
answer.
Bigfoot movie title.
I'll give you the answer in the private chat. But the question is, what state was Bob Gimlin born in?
Ooh.
Ooh.
You know, I was about to throw out like a random state, but I'm afraid that I'm correct, so I'm not going to do that.
I spelled it wrong. I know I did, but
So this is for the Cryptid Campfire T-shirt.
Are you for real, Tate? I don't
I'm
believe
dead
you.
for real. I am dead for real.
Oh, I think is that a winner? I don't know. That
Oh, somebody got it.
Out.
Yeah, Outback Orchard, I think, got it.
I guess. I mean, Jeremiah technically got it right. If we're going with that,
I
really
want one
wants-
of those shirts.
he really
Eli.
wants the shirt.
I'm
Did I
just
not-
kidding. I'm on the panel, but those shirts are cool. Just
It does look really
Wait,
cool.
Eli,
Jeremiah,
just
did
send
I
him a
not send
shirt.
you yours?
no.
I think
Oh.
Eli, he's cheating you into getting another shirt. Don't listen.
Outback Orchard
Send me
got
another
it.
one.
Okay. So we'll say the
Nice
winner
work.
for that is Outback Orchard.
Outback Orchard.
Good job.
Woo!
That was great.
Cool.
So
Okay.
if you want to contact me, Outback Orchard or Eli, just send me a message and let me know, and we'll get that sent out to you. But
I will throw in the legendary
Okay.
real hand of the Yeti.
I don't think that's not true. But
It's very true. If you look closely, you can see dermal ridges still.
that's
on
not
the
what I
bone.
meant. You got to also let Eli know the size, what size you'd like. So
That's true. Send me your size. So.
But okay, so there we go. We had a bonus trivia question there. That's a good
Cool.
question too. Thank you, Tate, for that. So as we get here, we've got about 11 minutes until we're going to start reading out the prizes. So if anyone has any last minute submissions, I had Tristan threw in another entry, so I just threw that in there, Kaiju Ninja Tristan. So we're going to start reading those soon, so you better be ready for that, guys.
Woohoo! I'm so excited to see who wins.
But okay, anyway, so I want to take a minute to just talk about some of the stuff here that we're going to be up to. Eli and I and Ron, actually, our buddy Ron's going to be coming as well. But we are going to be part of the reason why I'm doing the show hiatus here after this 100th episode is to because we're going to be on the road, right? We're going to be in Alaska. That's kind of we've talked a little bit about it, but we'll be in Alaska. Hopefully we'll do a live stream just kind of showing folks around depending on where we are, but we're going to be going to different spots. But then we will bring the show back eventually, probably in June at some point. Still trying to figure that all out. Just need a little bit of a break. It's been obviously fun doing it, but with everything going on, I figured out ending after the 100th would be a great way to do it. But very excited for that. So Eli, Mike actually asked, how does someone else get a shirt?
It's a great question.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it in the comments, but just go to cryptidcampfire.com. It's on the homepage. You can
or message Eli. He can probably send you them shirts. So he's got a bunch, right? No,
please visit cryptidcampfire.com.
Visit Eli's address at.
Yeah, they're really awesome. I love the new design. It's just so cool. I have one.
Yeah, they're very cool.
Connor stole it from me, but I need another one.
So Mark Webster says, I want that Yeti hand. Karac, can you hold that thing up?
Email me at crash.course.cryptozoology@gmail.com. I will make this.
Can you show us? Can you show us what it is? Because I think
it's really cheap, and I wouldn't make you pay for it because it's so cheap.
No, but just explain to us what it's supposed to be, what it represents.
Yeah, so this is just a cool little model that I just threw together from really cheap resources. But the idea that I had was I wanted to recreate what's called the Pangboche hand, which is this alleged skeletal / mummified, because there's still some biological material on the hand supposedly, hand of a Yeti over in the Kumjung Monastery, which I believe is. Oh, is that in Bhutan or Nepal? Does anyone know that?
I think it's Nepal.
That's Nepal. Okay, yeah, because Gangte is in Bhutan. That's right. Okay, yeah. So in Nepal, and there's some contention on. There's some contention around the genetic material that is in the hand, or that was rather, because there's conflicting sources that say that now there's a model in the monastery instead of the actual hand because there's been some difficulties. Actually, you know what? Right up there. That's a picture, very blurrily, of the hand and the scalp that's at the monastery. Some analysis has said that it's very humanoid. Some analysis has pointed to other mammals like goat hair being present on it and things like that. There is some involvement from Peter Byrne on the case that Emily would know more about, as far as I know. But it's like a ritual object at the monastery, and it's some really cool pieces of Yeti evidence involved there. I did a presentation a while back on alleged Yeti evidence, and one thing I will say that's interesting about the Pangboche hand is very much like a lot of the North American Sasquatch handprints, the thumb is longer than in the typical human hand. I'm seeing that over and over again in a lot of these pieces of hand evidence, and of course that isn't the case with one of these, but it's an interesting little fact about it. So it's a mystery to this day. Really, we don't have a clear-cut, concise answer, or at least not one that people tend to agree upon widely. Hopefully we get that one day. But for right now, it's still a mystery, ultimately. And this is just my little attempt to recreate it with regular materials.
Who was the researcher that stole it and brought it back to the U.S. again?
I think that was Byrne. Was it not? Yeah.
That's why he's my favorite.
Peter Byrne smuggled the Pangboche hand into India via Jimmy Stewart's wife's lingerie case.
Okay.
Right.
No. That's the story. Right.
There are questions. People saying, didn't Jimmy Stewart help steal a finger?
Yep.
Jimmy Stewart was said to have stolen it from a monastery.
Yeah. See, there you go. There's even some spin-offs of the story there. Now there's rumors that Jimmy Stewart stole it and all that.
And didn't Peter Byrne swap the hand and left with a fake one?
I've heard that as well.
Peter Byrne went to Peter Byrne and Tom Slick met with a I forget his name, but he was like the owner of the London Zoo, or like the director of the London Zoo. And this guy dropped a human hand on the table and said, go replace 2 of the fingers with these human fingers, and take the fingers and we'll analyze them. And so Peter Byrne kind of bribed the people in the monastery and replaced the fingers, and then they smuggled it across into India, and then through translation it got lost, but then it resurfaced and was analyzed, and Peter Byrne said that all they found was Peter Byrne's DNA on the fingers. However, that kind of says to us that it was contaminated, so it doesn't necessarily mean that it didn't come from a Yeti.
Where's the original hand at now? Like, does anybody know?
Completely lost.
I think it was stolen, wasn't it?
Again?
It was stolen. Like, it's like on the black market. Like, it's gone. Like,
yes, and it may have appeared in one of Josh Gates' shows, because at one point, in either Expedition Unknown or Destination Truth,
really?
Yes, there is somebody who contacted this dude who was just living out in Nepal, and he sold black market items, so they had to blur out his face and all of that.
Okay.
And he contacted them and said, I heard that you're looking for a Yeti hand. I've got one. Of course, they're like, no way. And so they show up and they film this guy, and he's got what looks a lot like a Pangboche hand.
Wow.
Guys, I'll get to the bottom of this. I'll ask Russell Accord.
Well, no, let me say, the hand was not purchased because the selling price that he asked for was $7 million. And they did not have that at their disposal, or at least were not willing to pay that much.
That's
but
interesting,
there is
Karac.
footage of that interaction, and I will not say that it is the original Pangboche hand.
Yeah,
it looked a lot like the Pangboche hand, so I don't know.
Thanks.
Very interesting.
Who knows?
But
I know
Donald
that there's-
Fuller says he bought it on eBay.
Way to go. There is a photo somewhere of the hand before it decayed. I know that I've seen it before.
Oh, really?
Yes, there was a photo of because the finding was supposedly originally made by a teacher in the area who gave it to the monastery, and he has a book as like a bottom for the hand, and the hand there it's placed kind of like if you had your hands like this, but there was only one of them, and it still had hair on a lot of it, and it I will say it was one of those sources that did not give a ton of background info. So whether or not the photo should factually be contributed to the database for the Pangboche hand, I'm not ready to say that we should do that. If that is the case, I will say it was not a human hand. It was the hand of a non-human primate. Thomas Carty has it. That's the hand of unknown origin. That
I also saw something about maybe Peter Byrne gave them just the finger. Is that something he might do?
Which finger?
Which finger, right?
Jimmy Stewart and his middle finger. Dude.
Here we go.
What
Here
if
we
Peter
go.
Byrne accidentally...
Joe says, actually, I confess, I ended up with the hand, and then my dog got a hold of it. Well, you know the rest.
Oh, well.
Honestly, it's
Professor.
probably in some antique shop somewhere, to be honest with you.
I'm sure it is. Yeah, if that guy doesn't have the original Pangboche hand, that thing's just lying around somewhere.
Well, it's
I
interesting.
think the guy at the
that-
London Zoo lost it.
And this brings up a conversation about some of these, famous artifacts in Bigfoot or cryptozoology, like we discovered at the Expedition Bigfoot Museum there in Georgia, where they had the Tom Slick collection. And we talked to the owner, Dave, and said, hey, how did you end up getting this stuff? Well, I think it was the grandkids or something like that ended up reaching out to Dave and said, hey, we have all this stuff from, Tom Slick's expeditions, and we were probably going to throw it away unless you want it. And it was it's one of those things where it's like, no, of course I want it.
When you say throw it away, all of us here are like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, even with the Patterson-Gimlin film, there's a bunch of different stories about where the actual original film reel went. And there's people claiming, I mean, I don't know the full story, but there's multiple people claiming to have found the original.
Wasn't the last person that we known to have it was Al Diatley
or John Green, because there's a book.
There's a lot of stories. I don't know.
In the Bigfoot Film Journal, which is written by Christopher something or other. I forget his name right now, but it's a book about the Patterson-Gimlin case in its entirety.
Christopher Murphy?
And there is
right?
What?
Christopher Murphy?
Who? I'm sorry, repeat that one more time.
Murphy. Like
yes.
Murphy's Law.
Guys, hold on. 2 minutes until we're going to close off. 1 minute at this point.
Cool. Okay.
9:39. So after this point, we were going to start drawing names from the Chewbacca Bigfoot head. So
Sweet.
if you want to get your last minute submission in, we are just shy of $400. So if anyone wants to throw their hat into their name into the ring, into the hat, whatever, do it now, because we're going to close it soon here. So
yeah. Okay, answering that really quick. At the very least, John Green had some, because there was a showing that he did where someone came over to like see the film that he had, the copy of it, and they're looking through it, and it's the regular Patterson film. It stops, and they're like, "Oh, I guess that's it," and they're just sitting there talking, and it starts playing more.
Wait,
So
but you said copy of it.
What I mean to say is that whatever version John Green had more material to it than most copies seem to now.
Right. Maybe it was a first gen copy.
Yeah, I don't know if that was the original or if he had a copy of the original that most people didn't had. I don't know. They didn't fully track that down. But Green himself, when that happened, said, "I didn't know this was in there."
It had.
All right, submissions are closed.
No. Hey, there was one that just came in. Did you?
No, I know. That's fine.
Alex says no.
New Hampshire Sasquatch got it in at the last minute, so thank you, Evan, for that.
Okay,
and that is it, guys.
Exciting.
We are closed. Peggy Curtis asks, "Can we donate extra just for the cause?" If you'd like to, absolutely. Like I said, I'm going to be writing a check or just donating directly to the website entirely, and I will post either the screenshot or the check of that when I send it out this week. So let's see, New Hampshire Sasquatch. Continue, guys. I'm just going to write this down real quickly for
everybody here. What, in your time of podcasting or field research, what has been the highlight of what you guys have been able to do? Mine was meeting Bob Gimlin at the film site and being able to hold the original Patty tracks at the museum in Willow Creek.
Yeah, that seems okay, dude. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of us can top that.
Yeah. Way to set the bar high there, Tate.
Yeah. I was gonna say, thanks for setting the bar.
I feel like you just wanted to share that with everyone.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Last two names going in here.
That's exciting.
It's weird. So Eli and
Peggy, thank you. Oh, we got some more. People just keep pouring the donations, and we do have one from Peggy Curtis who put in $10 after. So thank you, Peggy. Let's see what we're at here now. Plus.
Oh, if anyone.
Go ahead.
Yowie thermal footage.
I just want to make a disclaimer about something. Some people in the chat right now, and as well as I think two people at least in this call, I have like a makeshift cryptozoology class where I email out the lessons via video. And I had a few weeks period where college just really ramped up, and there was I was in the hospital for a little bit recently. So the second lesson has not come out yet, but that is like going to be out soon. So for everyone who's listening, who's on that email list, that's not like an abandoned project or anything. That's just some things got in the way.
Absolutely. Well, we're glad you're back at it and you're full vigor here on the show, especially. Yes. But I just want to say thank you to, don't know how to read this, Saltotan Superfly, who puts $20 in, says keep up the good work. Thank you so much. And that will also be included on everything that comes from this episode tonight will be included in the charity donation, as well as Mark Webster, who puts in $5 as well. Thank you for that. We are about almost 430, so about 427 here.
Cool.
So $427. That is fantastic. You guys are so awesome. Great cause. The link is down below for folks that do want to check that out. But should we get to start revealing some of the winners here? I think that's what everyone's probably waiting on the edge of their
here for. Yeah.
Back on the edge.
Whoo! Pause for the cause.
I'm waiting on the edge of my Honda original seat.
And so, by the way, guys, and this just goes without saying, but winners, please email or message me or one of us at some point after you've won. I know for the trivia questions, I already have had 2 people message me. Mike, I can reach you easy enough, and then obviously Tate's brother, we can find out where to get that out quickly. But everyone for the trivia questions, except for the last guy, has messaged me. Aside from that shirt for Eli's shirt, so
Mike Casey.
No, Mike won the CD. Who won the last one? I didn't write it down. The surprise question.
Orchard. Blue. Was it Blue Orchard?
Yes,
Oh
Orchard.
yeah.
Outback Orchard.
Outback Orchard.
That's it.
Outback Orchard, message one of us, please. But okay, guys, suspense. So, all right, let's see. Let's start out with prize bundle number 5, shall we? So, prize number 5 is going to be a Sasquatch Out of the Shadows DVD set. I mean, I'm just getting the actual prizes here. Oh,
We call
got
that
Mark.
the Thaddeus bundle.
So this is going to be prize number 1. It's going to be Sasquatch Out of the Shadows DVD set along with some stickers. So you get the full DVD set and some stickers. That's going to be prize number 1. All right. So I'm just going to kind of grab this and I guess just draw from the hat.
Where did you
I
get
keep
the thing?
It was actually, this is from it was a Star Wars, one of the premieres. This was a popcorn. It's for popcorn.
Oh, that's so
Nice.
cool.
Cool.
That's cute.
So okay.
Brain.
So we've got the names in the hat. So I'm just gonna reach in, and grab one, pull it out. Let's see who we got.
Documenting his every move. I love it.
Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith.
Yeah,
Our buddy
Ryan.
Smith.
Ryan.
So Ryan, I have you on Instagram, I think, Ryan. If you want to hit me up, man, you are the winner of the stickers and DVD bundle. So let me know, dude. I'll get that out to you. So we have one winner so far. Let me just make a note of that. Oh, who did we just lose?
Who did we just lose? We lost
Tate.
Tate.
Yeah.
He's just, yeah.
He's switching over to Thaddeus right now.
Right. But congratulations to Ryan Smith for winning prize bundle number 5. Awesome. He says, F yeah, I told y'all.
Rigged.
Awesome. Okay, so that name is now disappearing from the pile. So second prize bundle is, let's see, what is the second? The second bundle is going to be one Bigfoot beanie. So like this, like the one Emily's wearing.
Or like this.
Yes, we all pretty much have the same looking beanie. So one Bigfoot beanie, as well as a Mysterious Bridgewater Triangle CD. This one. So you're going to get one of the CDs, as well as some Bigfoot stickers. So we're going to do some same stickers. And I don't know if you guys are throwing any stickers in or not, but
Yeah, I'm happy to.
Yeah, so we'll get some stickers.
Yeah.
Be a bunch of stickers. He's got some really cool stickers. So that's going to be, again, beanie, awesome high quality beanie. I mean, I love these things. We use these out all the time in the field. They're just fun. They're just great. They look cool. Emily does a great job with design. So
They're very warm as well. They really do a good job.
Awesome Bigfoot on there. So yeah, that's the beanie, the Mysterious Bridgewater Triangle CD, and a bunch of Bigfoot stickers. So there is that.
It's too hot
okay.
in Texas for the beanie.
It is very hot in Texas. Yeah. I think it was 90 today after work.
Ryan says, "Here comes my name again, folks." We'll see. See, that's the thing. I'm trying to think if we get more than 2 names, maybe we'll talk about if the same person gets selected twice or something. Or if it gets to 3, I think that's a little excessive. So I want to keep this relatively fair. So
if they win 3 times, they should go out in the woods because they're going to see a Sasquatch. It's their lucky day.
Right? They should play the lottery.
Yeah.
Hey, Alex, Tate said he's backstage.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
There you
I
go.
accidentally left by accident.
Yep.
Okay, guys, ready? So this is for prize bundle number 2 or number 4, I guess, as we're going from 5 to 1. So this is our next drawing. Let's open up the chewy Bigfoot head. Dun dun dun! Suspense. Okay, we have our winner, Ryan Carboy.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Ryan Smith.
I saw Ryan. I saw Ryan and I got nervous. Just kidding, Ryan. We love you. But Ryan Carboy, you are the winner of the beanie, one Bigfoot beanie, and the Bridgewater Triangle CD and some stickers. So Ryan Carboy, if you could message me, congratulations. That's prize bundle number 4 winner.
I can just imagine the scene now. Alexander just bewilders. He realizes all the names now say Ryan Smith.
Twilight Zone.
Exactly. You're not in his handwriting.
Ryan Carboy, congrats. He says, sweet. Thanks, guys. Thank you for participating and congratulations. And we'll get that out to you.
Congrats.
Absolutely.
Thaddeus says he wants that beanie.
Of course he does. Of course.
Thaddeus is insatiable.
All right. So let's see here. We've got Nikki says I wanted that beanie. There's still time. There are still 2 Bigfoot beanies out. There's still 2.
And they're on my website too.
That's true.
Yes, absolutely. So for folks that want them, go check them out. But we still have 2 up for grabs in part of the bundle. So moving on to bundle number 3, they're getting more and more monumental, let's say, as time progresses.
This has an actual Bigfoot in it.
That's the grand prize, right?
Cliff
Bergman
was kind enough to donate Murphy.
Yeah, right. You get that whole Bigfoot statue.
Oh man!
All right,
I would so like throw in $500 to try and win that.
That would be awesome.
Oh my god, I would like. Oh.
All right, so prize bundle number 3, we have a Bigfoot Mapping Project tumbler.
Yeah,
Scott, if you'd like to hold that up.
Here we go.
So there is the tumbler.
That is sick.
Very nice design. Look at that.
Cool.
God, that's so good.
Ooh, glad I
Very
cut my
sweet.
nails today. Yes.
Real nice. Real nice.
Very cool. Very cool. So we've got the tumbler as well as another Sasquatch Out of the Shadows DVD set. So I'm going to be giving away another DVD set. I think I've shown those enough here.
Someone said poop sample would be awesome.
Hey, if you want that,
Yeah.
another DVD. So this is going to be the tumbler plus the DVDs and some Bigfoot stickers as well. So let's see. All right.
Copperlight package.
Yeah, I don't.
All right. You guys ready for
Wouldn't
this
call it
one?
a prize, yeah.
I wouldn't call it a prize.
Bundle number 3, Ryan Smith. He's got his fingers.
Yeah,
crossed.
exactly. I swear to God.
All right, here, I'm gonna put this guy up and let's see. Hand goes in. Let's see what we get. Okay, that Ryan Smith. That is. I swear it's not rigged. This is crazy.
As a man of science,
all
I
these in
decree
there.
this is magical power at play.
It is.
Oh my god,
That
that's
is so
actually crazy.
awesome.
I'm telling you, they're all slowly converting into the name Ryan Smith the more you look away from them.
So,
Ryan, you need to go for a drive tonight. You might have a road crossing.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
for
He was
real.
supposed to go out in the field with Evan, but all right, because it's the part of the prize is the same.
Mm.
I don't know if Ryan is cool with this. Maybe we should raffle off the DVD and stuff as a separate prize. Send him the tumbler since it's already the same prize. Ryan, if you're cool with that, he says give to New Hampshire Sasquatch. Okay,
Aw,
fair enough. We'll give it to
That
Evan
works.
then.
That works.
Okay,
that's nice.
all right.
What a
I'm-
guy.
Evan does
Ryan-
good work. He
Yeah.
deserves it.
Evan definitely. We'll give that. I'll make sure to give that to Evan.
Oh,
for
he's
sure.
headed to Area X right now.
Dude, for sure.
Oh.
Wait, who is Ryan Smith? Is
I think he's just joking. It's
Oh,
a tongue in cheek.
You can't joke about that, dude.
This is rigged by the Ryans of the world, says Joe.
it is.
I know.
Yeah, I'm really hoping we don't get another Ryan here. No offense to the Ryans, but all right.
What if
Moving
it's-
on.
What if it's
Next
Brian
name
and
is
Chewy?
Ryan Smith.
We still have 2 prizes to go. There's some pretty good stuff. So
Ryan
let's see.
Smith.
Let me just make sure I can get access to
Eli
it.
still seems very baffled by what's taken place here.
Yeah.
Eli's
All right.
always just an observer on all podcasts.
It's true.
What are you talking about?
He never participates.
Yeah, never.
All right, you guys ready? So prize number 2. Prize number 2. You ready? Liz? Prize
Eli,
number
you
2.
do amazing work, Eli. You really
Another Bigfoot beanie. Another
Woohoo!
Bigfoot
It just
beanie.
feels like a slap in the face.
All right, Eli, relax. Bigfoot beanie, and this one's going to be a Bigfoot Society T-shirt as well. So this is your Bigfoot Society.
Cool.
Everyone with a Bigfoot Society T-shirt, hold it up. So this is going to be a beanie and a Bigfoot Society T-shirt.
Yep, I'm rocking it right now.
Me too.
Get out of here, Tate. You're ruining it.
As
We
well
all know you
as
love Expedition Bigfoot, Tate. We know. that's
and
your
also
favorite.
Ooh, that's a
On
good
the
one.
Trail of Bigfoot, Small Town
Oh,
Monsters,
nice.
On the Trail of Bigfoot, the Journey DVD, and then some stickers as well. So just some of the same stickers we've kind of been showing. So again, that is Bigfoot beanie, Bigfoot Society T-shirt, On the Trail of Bigfoot DVD, and some stickers. So, all right, here we go.
Ryan.
Ryan.
And for anyone who is winning a beanie, you can message Alex with what color you want.
Absolutely. Ready, guys? So this is prize number 2. We're almost there. Prize number 2. Let's see who's going to win this one. Outback Orchard.
Oh,
Woo!
right.
No way.
Outback Orchard.
We have a strange collection of data happening.
These are some lucky people or something. I don't know.
This is. I should mark this down and make a cluster graph of this. This is weird.
So Outback Orchard.
Cluster graph.
Hopefully you're still in the chat here, but if you are, just let us know. So
the chat is incredible right now.
What's going on?
This is like a sociological rule about this. What is it, like the something distribution? This is why 95% of the world has 95. No, right. You know what? I messed it up. Whatever.
My favorite comments from Kevin right now. I keep waiting for Eli to turn into the werewolf from Twilight.
That's so good, dude.
That's hilarious.
Say it out loud.
Congratulations to Outback Orchard. I hope you're still in the chat here.
Kevin,
yes.
We were all
okay, cool. Outback Orchard says, Alex, I just sent you a message on Facebook with my address. Oh. Perfect. Thank you so much. That makes my life easier. All the winners, guys, just message me as soon as you can. All right, so grand prize time. Are you guys ready for this? I don't know who's ready for this. Should I raffle off the Chewy head? Maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, that's
that would be nice to send off the Chewy head on the 100th episode.
Dude,
Chewy wants the Chewy. That's what Brian and Chewy says. Okay, grand prize. Ready? Let's read this off. It's going to be a signed Bigfoot art print by Jonathan Dodd. So that's awesome. I mean,
valuable stuff.
I have this is a Jonathan Dodd print. So I mean, he does some awesome stuff. He's got some great Bigfoot art as well. So it's going to be a signed Jonathan Dodd art print. There's a lot of stuff in this one. There's going to be one Bigfoot beanie. So the other Bigfoot beanie there. There's also going to be a Bigfoot Mapping Project T-shirt.
Yeah, I'm rocking it right now. Well, not the same one, but here we go. Yeah.
Unless you really want that one.
Very nice.
Yeah.
He'll give you the shirt off his back.
Yes.
Yeah, unless you really want the one I'm wearing, which you probably don't. But
so we got that. We've also got an On the Trail of Bigfoot DVD, and then the Tate. You've got the sand, the
Oh
Patterson-Gimlin film site sand.
Yeah,
that's a big one.
So awesome.
I'm jealous of this winner for sure.
Yeah, this person is.
You mean you're jealous of Ryan Smith because he'll be the
for real.
Yeah.
or Outback Orchard.
And then the last prize, the last one in this bundle is also another Bridgewater Triangle, Mysterious Bridgewater Triangle CD. So you get DVDs, you're going to get shirt, hat, sand from the PGF site, and some DVDs and CDs. So it should be a pretty awesome one. Whew, this is going to be... Fishman says, I'll DM you my address now. You don't have to draw a name. There you go. All right, guys. So luck of the draw.
Woohoo!
I swear to God, if it's Ryan Smith.
Pray to whatever gods you worship that it's not Ryan Smith.
Let's see. Okay, get this thing open. There we go. All right, ready? And the moment of truth, guys.
The moment of truth. Ryan Smith.
Ryan Smith.
I'm going to fall out of my chair.
Ron Smith.
Kaiju Ninja.
Hey,
Tristan. Dude, congratulations, Tristan.
Cheers. I'm jealous.
That's awesome. Can you share your sand with us?
One grain each.
Yeah.
So there we go. Kaiju Ninja Tristan. That is awesome. Congratulations,
Cool.
Tristan. I have you on Facebook, so I'll message you, Tristan, about that. But congratulations. Wow, this has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, it's been a ton of fun.
I'll see you in July, Tristan.
That is such an ominous way of saying that.
Ooh.
Enjoy the next 3 months, Tristan.
I'll see you
It's going to
soon.
steal all your prizes, but
Yeah, when he's sleeping, I'm going to steal everything.
Maybe you should send Alex your address
Is that
and
your
not
plan?
Tate.
yeah. But anyway, seriously, congratulations, Tristan. Great job. He's obviously enjoying that. So you get an awesome bundle of stuff there. Congratulations to everyone that participated, and thank you guys all. We still have so many names in here. Should I raffle off the Chewy head?
Yeah, do it. Do it.
I like this thing, but I will raffle this off. So this is the
Wow.
bonus prize that
Woohoo!
no one knows. I got this, I think, when I was viewing Star Wars a few years back. So
That's so
I've got
cool.
some attachment, but I'm willing to part ways with it for a good cause. So
Wait, I'm not a Star Wars person yet, but I was wondering, like, is Chewie based off of a Sasquatch? Have we
I
looked
don't-
into that?
See, so George
Oh,
Lucas, there was a
possibly.
rumor, but George Lucas denied that rumor.
He did say that they were afraid he was going to get shot in the woods when they were filming
So,
Return of the
The
Jedi.
actor wasn't allowed to go into the woods when they were filming because they wouldn't let him do it.
Because they filmed in the redwoods for the third movie. So they were like, this guy's going to get shot by someone who thinks he's Bigfoot, so let's not have him out there.
Exactly. Yep.
So they had it on their mind. I'm not sure if that was
if you ask Rowdy Kelly of the Blackfeet Project, he can show you some of that spots where that.
That's cool.
Return of the Jedi was filmed at.
That's so cool.
Yeah, definitely. All right, guys. So for the Chewy head, if we do prize contests in the future, we're not going to use the Chewy head anymore.
We'll get a new Chewy head.
And
ready?
After the Chewy head, we're going to raffle off my car.
Ryan.
Yeah, no one wants that.
You guys ready?
Yeah. Shut up, Eli.
All right, guys. Drawing the name. Rockite Man.
Ooh.
So Rockite Man, congratulations. You get this guy. Let me know. Message me. I think you messaged me on Facebook earlier about watching the show tonight, so I can message you about that as well.
Let's raffle off Alex's watch next.
Let's raffle off.
And then Alex's house.
But the Pang Boche hand,
Can we raffle off this empty bottle?
Yeah, a Tate Hieronymus bottle, Alex's watch in the deed to his house, Jeremiah's glasses.
No.
And Karac himself.
What'd you say?
The Pang Boche hand.
You off, Karac.
Well, raffle off all of my diabetic supplies, yeah.
No, not your diabetic supplies. That comes with you. It's part of the package.
Yeah, exactly. Let's raffle off my pancreas. It doesn't do anything anyway.
Oh, no.
All right, guys. Well,
so it's going downhill real quick.
Yes, it is indeed.
That was an uphill climb, I'll have you know.
But guys, no, for real. Thank you everyone who participated. I mean, we raised so much money. This is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Again, we were at almost $430, $427 to be exact. I think then that's maybe I missed when I was calculating it, but it's right around there. But we got everyone's entries in that stuff, and all the names are still in here. So maybe I'll we'll raffle the names off. No, just kidding.
This chat is so funny. Oh god.
But anyway, guys, so yeah, it's been really awesome, just super awesome to have you guys all on and all the amazing items we've been able to raffle off and sending that money to a good cause. And congratulations to all the winners. And again, people who won, I know a lot of you guys have already messaged me or send me some kind of an Instagram or a Facebook or even an email. Send me, a message if you haven't already about winning a prize, and I'll get that information out to some of the folks as well, because they will be sending you the stuff from, like Emily's going to be sending the beanies, and Scott will be sending the shirt and that sort of stuff, as well as Jeremiah. So, that's pretty much it. I mean, anyone else have anything you want to say about general?
We got to do Cryptozoology Jeopardy at some point. This is like one of the most fun panels I've ever been on. This was a great format. Who came up with this? Was this like fully your idea, Alex, or was this who came up with this idea?
I think it was Alex.
Yeah, I just thought I'd do something special for the 100th stream.
It's a really cool idea, and I think you've introduced a really good format for panels.
We did this one time. I don't know. I think you and Karac were on this show when I did it back in the day, right?
Depends.
You guys were literally on here.
Well,
Is anyone reading this chat?
I am.
No, what's happening?
Sometimes you got to
This chat is ridiculous.
People want
really
Alex
funny.
to shave his beard off and raffle it.
Tristan,
Oh my god! I'll donate $50 to that.
I'll tell you, that is never going to happen. That is never ever going to happen.
I think if me and Eli team up, we can take you, and that will.
You guys will be
That will
scared
secure
of
the
these people
beard.
without a beard. You won't know who it is. You'll be like, who is this imposter?
True.
Exactly.
I'm too scared of what will happen if we are successful.
Yeah, you better be
Eli,
careful.
we worry too much about whether or not we should when we could.
When we could, we'll just do it. You know what?
But anyway,
finds
guys,
a way.
yeah, for real, awesome stuff. Lots of great prizes, lots of good time. But yeah, no, I mean, we've done this kind of thing before. We did that previous raffle where we gave off some stuff, and
Yeah, I
it's
meant the
kind of a fun
trivia.
format.
Specifically. The trivia was a really great.
trivia
That
aspect is definitely
That was
awesome.
really fun. Yeah.
That's fun.
Have to
Yeah.
do that.
Thanks for having us on, Alex. This was a great idea.
Yeah, thank you.
Great
For
time.
sure. If you guys want to just go around real quick and kind of plug your programs and all that stuff, and there are links to everyone who's on stage. There's links to one of their accounts or websites or something like that, guys. So if you guys want to just go through, we'll go Jeremiah, Emily, and kind of move our way down.
Cool. Jeremiah from Bigfoot Society podcast. You can find it on all major podcast platforms and on YouTube, Instagram at Bigfoot Society. If you want one of these shirts, check out the Etsy. The link is on Instagram. But yeah, thanks for having me on, man.
Absolutely. Thank you.
If you guys are interested in some of my souvenirs, or if you just want to learn about Bigfoot in general, you can visit theforestfleur.com. That's the forest, FLEUR.com. And I'm most active on Instagram, the Forest Fleur.
I guess I'll go. I'm Scott from the Bigfoot Mapping Project. If you got a sighting or any data you'd like to contribute to the database, just hit up bigfootmap.com. Check out the maps I make with the data on Instagram. I really try to put a lot of analysis and look at the data through different lenses on Instagram and share that with everyone, because by day I'm a GIS guy, by night I'm a Bigfoot researcher. So check it out. Let me know what you think. And if you have any questions, just leave a comment on Instagram. Thanks.
Before I say anything, I want to say go check out everybody else on here, because everyone here does like absolutely amazing work, and this is like such a wonderful panel to have been a part of. I run a program called Crash Course Cryptozoology on Facebook and YouTube. I just do general cryptozoology content. I try to vary it, and if anyone wants to get a hold of me for any reason, you can find me on Facebook under Karac, Tate, Laurent, or you can email me at crash.course.cryptozoology@gmail.com.
Hello, I'm Eli Watson, and I used to run a podcast called Cryptid Campfire. Check it out. Buy a shirt. We may come back in the air, but until then, there's 216 episodes that you can binge. You can listen to my insanity. Thank you.
What a pitch.
Tate Hieronymus on YouTube, on Spotify and Instagram. You can look up both of these, Bluff Creek Project Podcast and One Strange Podcast, and that's it.
Heck yes, dude.
Thank you, Outback. Don't forget the thumbs up. Congrats, Outback, one of our winners as well. Yeah, guys, man, it's been fun here. Kevin says, great show, kiddos. Very fun, Alex. Enjoy your Alaska expedition, your hiatus. See you when you get back here. Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you for always tuning into the show. And yeah, guys, I'm done. I'm just tired. This has been awesome, though. It's been seriously feels really cool to get to 100, and glad to have all these folks here. And as they just kind of outroed themselves, go check them out. There's links to all of them below. And they do some great stuff and just some great people. Absolutely. And I don't know what else to say here at 100, but we will be contacting all the winners and getting all that stuff out. And thank you guys. And I will be posting about, when I send that donation in this week, probably going to just end up donating, and I'll make sure to post all that information about all that, guys. But thank you again, everyone who contributed and who participated in the show. I mean, obviously all you guys on stage, but as well, everyone in the chat and the comments. You guys are awesome. Always asking great questions. Whenever I have guests on, you guys ask phenomenal questions, and you just make it an enjoyable atmosphere. You try to make me laugh. You post comments, and Tate is one of those guys, tries to make me laugh during the show when I'm having a serious conversation. So obviously we have fun with it, and people obviously cracking jokes and all that kind of stuff, but the very serious questions too. There are people that are very serious about this topic, and especially those folks in the chat that have experienced something or witnesses. I'm glad you guys feel comfortable enough to share that sort of stuff. And if anyone needs to, talk to anybody or share any of those kinds of stories, feel free to reach out. I'd love to connect you to the appropriate people, or if you want to share your story with us, absolutely don't hesitate to reach out. We try to be as open as we can with this topic, and I think it's important. And there's a lot of pieces to this puzzle, and a lot of people can get sort of overwhelmed by a lot of what's out there. And sometimes it's good to just go back and focus on the basics and kind of figure out where we stand on things in terms of whatever Bigfoot is and this whole topic. So thank you guys for making it such a fun and enjoyable 100 episodes and beyond, obviously. And that's really all I got to say, guys.
Now we each name 100 words for Sasquatch.
Oh, man.
All right.
Be here till 2 a.m.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Well, that is it, guys.
All right.
Again, Thanks to everybody who came on, and we will see you guys at some point this summer as we're sending the show off here, 100 episodes, and we'll keep you guys posted about what's going on in Alaska and elsewhere as we go on our adventures. And yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks everyone for participating and being here.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Later.
Have a good night, everyone. You've listened to Sasquatch Out of the Shadows live, and we will see you guys later, and have a great rest of your week, folks.
Eli.
Bye, guys.